Well,
Good with you, bro.
nothing much. Doing good. Good people. I know y'all see and hear me and Kenyon talking in the background. But yeah, I'm doing good, man. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the, I don't know what you want to call it, the Terrible Town Tuesday special edition, draft discussion. Hold on, y'all. Let me send this link off to a few people. But how's everybody doing, man? How's everybody feeling? Are y'all excited? Are you expecting any wild things to happen? Hold on. Big brother, cousin Floyd just sent me something. What happened? Let me see. What did he say? Are you guys buying into the rumors? Okay. He said he's going to miss the show. Who else I got to send it to? One other person. And we may have special guests tonight as well, guys. Guys and gals. Some of the ladies weren't able to make it tonight, so we'll see who is able to get in. Well, let me do my quick hellos, and hold on. Before I do that, I'm tripping. And Kenyon, keep me on my toes. You know, in my new office, I don't have a TV. So I'm going to try to watch this thing via NFL Plus on my phone here. There we go. So if I'm behind, y'all let me know what's happening. I only have one request from everybody. When the Steelers pick, if y'all notice that I'm extremely behind because I'm looking at it on here on my phone, don't spoil it for me. Let me see it the way y'all saw it. Fair? But all right, man, let's get into it. What's up, everybody? A few late nights. Jersey Boy, Sonny Rothmiller, Crazy Ron Gaiman, the master of music, Vista Light, my man, Y Diggy. Hello, the lovely Lanisha. Hello, Lanisha. Hope you feel better. Lanisha's under the weather, folks, so make sure you guys wish her well. But, you know, we're going to take care of our lovely ladies. Who else is up in here, man? The infamous Tim. Is it Grassi? It looks like Grassi, right? That's not an A, is it? Let me see. No, Gracie, my bad. Hello, Gracie. Joshua Shields, Walter Worthy, Alyssa Shepard. Again, let me be politically correct, Kenyon. In today's society, I gotta say, if you identify as a lady, welcome. We take care of our lady listeners because I don't know no more. Right. I don't know anymore, and I'm not here to offend nobody. So just because your name appears to be of a woman's nature, hey, I don't know. So if you want to identify yourself, please. But anytime I see someone who appears to be a lady, we're going to treat you special. JB Crypto, Jared Devil, who else? Mr. Elman, Ali Howard, FG 3000, and quite a few of you in here, so we'll end it right about there. Oh, Mr. Winningham. Hello, sir. All right, man. Long time coming. Technical difficulties on Tuesday. I couldn't get Kenyon in the building, so I'm really going to allow Kenyon to do a lot of the analysis because you guys already know some of the things that he's going to say. But I know y'all are always waiting to hear what Kenyon has to say in terms of draft picks, who he likes, who he doesn't like, which way he thinks the Steelers should go, what are they going to do in the first round, all of the above. So, my brother, wherever you want to go with it, man, what are your first initial thoughts of tonight? What would you like to share with the good people?
It's going to be an interesting draft. I don't really have a certain thing I think the Steelers may do because I don't know what Omar Khan's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do. So, you know, it's kind of like I'm going by in it thinking there maybe 3 or 4 scenarios can happen. You know, best available player for me is always going to be at the top. You have offensive line issues. They can trade up. They can trade down. I mean, that's to me, that's what this draft is. This draft is you kind of don't know what they're going to do. Just because of the influx of talent that you have in certain positions, because of the COVID year, which put certain players into this draft that would have been in last year's draft. So Some people will drop that you didn't think would drop. Some people may go higher than you think. The buzz around, you hear a lot of buzz, but I don't take buzz seriously until I actually see something happen. So, we'll see. There are a lot of options for the Steelers at pick 20. And, I have no solid pick. That's why I kept saying best player available. You know what I mean? But I told you, like, during Combine that, they were talking to Roma Dunze. I was like, would you trade up for somebody like that? If they fell to 10, if you wanted to get your other receiver, so do you want to get the offensive lineman, center type players that you would need, because are they going to rise higher or are they going to fall lower? So, do you take the tackle? Do you take the talented tackle? And then, the Steelers have not indicated that they are moving Dan Moore to right tackle yet. So as of today, he's still your starting left tackle. So what do you know what I mean? So how does that play out? So, there's some people want cornerback. Corner's nice, and I'll be cool with it. But, I think Corey Trice is ahead of schedule. So I just think he has a chance to start at some point. And people have to remember he was playing better than everybody at camp. He was playing better than JPJ at camp. So if he can come back and he's ahead of schedule, you can have two anacondas, on them outside corners. You can move Jackson inside. You can draft a corner, but I'm just saying the possibilities are endless. And I don't think the Steelers look at it like that. They might get somebody, a slot, but we'll see. So that's my initial thoughts.
Yeah, man. I try to come up with a different analysis every year as far as position. Steelers make it difficult, man, for us to not think it's going to be best player available. Interestingly enough, they always seem to be in that position where, do they have a position of need? Sure. But do they kind of have holes or complementary pieces that they could supplement in an area to get the best player available? And they're almost in that situation again, outside of center. The center position is unique because, I know a lot of people will say they don't want Nate Herbig to do it. My position on that is I don't know what Nate Herbig is as a center. So I can't say that he can't handle it. I mean, he's a big body. Can he move? And the reason why I asked that is I do believe, and I definitely would agree with something that I heard Alex Kazor say. He always does his what the Steelers like type of post for each position. I do think they're probably looking for more so of a guy that can move like Pouncey could. I think the Steelers will keep that mentality of pulling the center. I don't know if Herbig can do that or not. So they talk about how athletic, like the Graham Barton, the kid from Duke, they say he's an athletic guy. So if they're looking for that, I don't know if Nate Herbig can do that. Outside of that, though, man, I can't call it. I really can't. I don't know where they're going. Would I like for them to address the center position? Sure. Would I like for Broderick Jones to be a left tackle and maybe they draft a guy who can come in and compete or start at right tackle? Absolutely. Would I be upset if they drafted Rome in the first round if he's there? I would not. I'm trying to find a situation, and I'll ask you this question to see if what you think. And chat, please feel free to chime in. Who, and maybe not a person, but let's just say position. What position or player would you be shocked or even upset that they draft in the first round that might be under the radar? And I'll give you an example. The Terrell Edmonds draft. Think about that draft where nobody, I know it, I didn't, but pretty much nobody had them drafting Terrell Edmonds. And I still remember that Jesse Bates was available.
Right.
We needed a guy that could, be more of a center fielder at that time. more of a real safety. They decided to draft Edmonds. And nobody was talking about Edmonds. None of the quote-unquote draft analysts, yada, yada. Nobody around town, no rumors. So what position do you think would knock your socks off? Like if they, out of the clear blue sky, they decided to draft this position in the first round?
At 20? It would have to be a position that you wouldn't think they needed. So that's, you took a linebacker.
Yeah.
If you took a safety, you know what I mean? All the other positions I can think of, defensive end.
Somebody said D lineman. Yeah.
Yeah, D lineman. If you took any of those positions at 20, I think a lot of people would be mad and wouldn't understand why they would make that pick. But I don't think the Steelers. I think Omar Khan has shown that he is what I call a strategic risk taker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's trying to play a little chess and see what he can get. So I may not be surprised by any certain pick, but it would be interesting to see if they flip something like that. I don't expect it. I'm not anticipating that. And I probably wouldn't be upset because I can't really, we're not there. We're not in that room. So, yeah, that'll probably be it for me. What about for yourself? For you, would there be anybody that you would see or that you heard of that you would say, why did you take him? Or why would you take, you know what I mean? I mean, for you so far that you've seen or heard about.
Yeah, I couldn't pin down an actual player, but position. The only reason why I would say this position because I saw, some speculation, rumors out there that they could be looking to trade Fryermuth.
Oh.
So if the Steelers messed around and drafted a tight end in the first round, I would not understand that at all.
Right.
And really, I know it's a loaded question, but really the way you have to consider it, now I'll look at some of the chat here in a moment, is why would we be upset? I guess would be the question. And I would say the biggest, to me, I don't care who's available. Tight end cannot be what you do in the first round. Like, I don't care who it is. That cannot be the direction they would go in this year. That's why I said it, for me, it would have to be tight end. And like I said, I have no reason to believe any of that. It's just because I've continued to see people say, they could move a tight end. And you would naturally say, how do they replace them? So that would be the one that would shock me. Also, like you said, safety. I mean, I don't know if there's a kid in the draft that, necessarily warrants a first round pick at safety. So that would be a shot. I see some people have said wide receiver, but that ain't that far of a reach because they could very well draft a receiver in the first round, even though the receiver class is deep. That could be a possibility.
That's actually a need. That's actually a need. That's not a. I mean, the two positions you named, tight end and tight end, I don't think there's a draftable first round tight end.
Guys, Kenyon dropped out, but he shall be back, I'm assuming, soon. So while we wait for Kenyon to get back in here, let me take a look at you guys in the chat and see what y'all got. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's back.
Yeah, there's no draftable tight ends, and I think and then safety also some people that safety. So that would just be a left field. Because I don't think the value was there for any player in this draft coming out. So those two positions. I agree with you. I don't think. I just think that's why I keep seeing BPA. Sometimes I have an inkling of what they may do, but this year is kind of like, yeah, they need a center, but I mean, you don't know. Like you said, we're also forgetting about Anderson, who played center last year in camp, and who's athletic. So he has all the traits that, where he's multiple. He can play multiple positions, and maybe he can try a center. So you never know. We never know. I just think that it's one of those things where it's always speculation of who you may want or not want. So it just depends. I'm looking at it like, I think they have their board. They know what they may want, and the Steelers are notorious for letting stuff fall to them unless they really want somebody, and they think they're not going to be able to get them. So this first round will be interesting, especially when we get past pick 3. So I think some teams are trying to trade up. So I'm all game for that, and can't wait actually. Yeah, and the pick is in.
Pick is in. So we're gonna see here in a moment. I'm pretty sure. Well, hold on. We'll just let it get announced, but yeah, ain't nothing really for us to talk about anyway.
No, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, it is.
That's all I gotta say. Fight on.
So it don't look like I'm too far behind. So cool. It looks like right now, for you guys to help me, I'm gonna give y'all a play-by-play so y'all can tell me how far my phone might be. Right now, he's walking. He just dapped and hugged somebody with sunglasses on.
Yep.
So y'all tell me how far behind or ahead or whatever.
Couple of seconds, because he on stage where I'm at.
Yeah, he's coming through the tunnel.
He already hugged. Yeah, he already did the whole thing.
Oh, okay. All right. See, I just saw him get the hat. So, yeah, I'm a little bit behind. So, it's cool. But, yeah, man, I have nothing to say. You guys know Kenyon is an SC fan. So, of course, if he's like I am with the nose, you're always happy for those guys. You know the guys, so you root for them. I like Caleb Williams, too, man. I mean, really started watching him more intently after Kenyon kind of put me on to him. Not that I didn't know who he was, but as far as like, yo, you need to watch some of these games. And this is probably a year or two ago. The dude is special. I know everybody tried to, break down what he did later in the season, but I'm like, nah, man, look at his body of work. Nobody's perfect. You look at this guy, he has the it factor. And the crazy thing about it is he kind of has that effortless it factor where it don't look like he's trying hard. It look like he's just out there chilling. Like, oh, somebody's right there. All right, let me spin off of him, or let me run back over here. Or you know what? He's down the field 50 yards. Let me sling it. It don't look like he's under pressure. And that was the thing that caught my eye 2 years ago. Was like, he's doing this effortless. It's no effort. Easy. It don't look like he's struggling, trying hard. He natural talent, but we'll see. We'll see how his NFL career pans out. Sometimes the team you go to makes a difference as well. So
organization, yeah.
We'll see, man. But shout outs to Caleb Williams, man. What you think, Kenyon? I know you've been watching him forever, so
man,
how you think he'll fare?
I've seen a lot of. I grew up here. I know a lot of my friends played there, a couple of my friends. So it's for me, it's just, it's been a pretty good last 2 days. You know what I mean? USC's had a pretty good last 2 days. Reggie Bush gets his Heisman back. They get to actually put the 5 in the stadium now. You know what I mean? They actually get to do that now. And then Caleb Williams goes 1. I told Sim I knew he was going 1 2 years ago. I just remember me and Sim texting each other. I forgot what game we were watching, and Caleb Williams threw off his back foot like 60 yards. And I remember Sim saying, "Did you see what he just did?" And I was like, "Yeah, see, that's crazy." And I've seen it in person. So I just think he's a generational talent. I agree with Sim. It depends on the organization and what they build around him. The Bears have an opportunity to put stuff around Caleb to actually have a great quarterback in their franchise, which they haven't had forever. So and there's no disrespect to any of the quarterbacks, but there hasn't been. He has that type of ability. So you got to put the weapons behind him, the line behind him. The organization has to be behind him, because Caleb, I'll tell you this, he's about winning. That's all he really cares about. So he's going to want to win, and you know, I'm just glad I don't have to see him 2 times a year. And
absolutely.
And I appreciated what he did, and he's helping us get our program back. So helped us get our program back on the map. So I'm just happy for him, and I can't wait to watch him play. Great player though, great player. All the skill sets you can think of. He just, as Sim said, he can run when he wants. It does look like it's effortless. He has all the throws. He has throws you think he can't. He has the Patrick Mahomes throws that you see. He can do that. He does that in the game. And he's big enough. Like that's you can't. He'll be able to take some pounding in the league. He'll be all right. So I don't want to call him Patrick Mahomes 2.0. He's not. He's his own player, but they have similar tricks in their bag. You just say that.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting watching him, man. Yeah, I think he'll do well. And like we both said, it looks like it's no effort behind it in terms of this is just my natural ability. And everybody don't have that. So he's a special one, and we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Let me address a small elephant in the room, a small one, because I even saw somebody put it in the chat. And I'm gonna say this the best way I can, because again, times are different now. So I'm gonna position this in a way where I'm not judging, I'm not putting shame on nobody or nothing. So people have been continuing to ask about the fingernails, him painting his nails and all of that. Let me just say this. Listen, I know a lot of us come from an era where everything is so macho, right? And let me say this before I even get started. I would never paint my nails a certain color because that just ain't my thing. Have I ever had a manicure? Yes, I have. Okay. I've had a manicure before in my time, along with my wife. I don't do no polish or nothing like that. I haven't done it in forever. Just ain't really my thing, right? But I don't think there's anything wrong with even the manly of men of keeping themselves groomed. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But let's talk about the polish. I don't understand that at all, because let me just explain this. That was never a thing. So I'm trying to understand what is the attraction to it. Not saying it makes a guy a certain way or a girl a certain way, but it traditionally has been more of a feminine thing. Whatever you want to call it is what you want to call it. I'm not going down that road. I'm just saying. But whatever, man. The dude plays football. He plays great football. I don't care what he does with his nails. I just wanted to address it because I know people are gonna ask, and everybody's, well, what's up with that? Why is he wearing pink nails? Da, 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 da. Well, what if? Just what if? What if he's of a certain ilk? I don't know.
I can give y'all more information on that if you want to. His mother was a
cancer survivor.
You go get your nails done. That's what she used to do. She used to do that. And, and so Caleb used to go with her when he was a kid, and she would paint it. You paint your nails, you do it. He just kept the habit, and he's just been doing it forever. But first of all, I don't care about that stuff. Is irrelevant to me, as Sim will say in 2024, because you can go back in history and I can point out certain people, artists that have passed away, that you would have considered have worn stuff or done stuff, and you would have thought them a certain way, but I will tell you they weren't, and they were just playing a joke on y'all, and y'all just let y'all speculate, and they was going out doing what they wanted to do. So him doing that doesn't mean anything to me. So it's
exactly
whatever he is. We're all God's children. I think people forget that. Yep. And we're all human, and we live in a society that wants to judge people, except you don't have the power to judge because you really can't walk in their shoes. That's just the facts of life. You know what I mean? That's the funny thing about life. So, I don't care. That stuff is irrelevant. I don't care about him doing that. If he's playing and getting me 48 points and winning a game and we winning, that's all I care about.
Do whatever you want to do off the field.
Do whatever you want to do. As long as you know who you are, be in your own skin. That's it. That's all that matters. You ain't got to rock that way, and he ain't rocking with you. You ain't hanging out with him, and he ain't hanging out with you. That's how you have to look at it. So
that's all that matters. So shout outs for saying that, because man, Jaden Daniels looked thin in that suit, bro. It just going back to what Kenya said, Caleb got the body type to handle some of that. Jaden Daniels, man, he scares me. And he's going into a division, you know, whether you hate or love the NFC East, I tell y'all, that's one of my favorite divisions to watch because it's always competitive football amongst them. So talented kid as well, man. But real quick though, just a quick sidebar, because I want to go back to what Kenya said, and I'm pretty sure this is one of the people that he's talking about. Got to be talking about Prince.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. Regardless of whatever you want to think about the way the cover of the book might look, I always use Prince as an example because let me tell you, Prince was with some of my, you know, as a young chunk, you could not tell me that vanity wasn't the finest thing on earth. In Apollonia.
Good Canadian girl. Good Canadian girl, Apollonia. Vanity. Vanity's from Canada. I wanted y'all know that. Vanity was from Canada.
Come on, man.
Don't sleep on Canada. Just want to tell you that.
And this is the guy who's with them, these ladies that when I was a young chunk, barely able to talk, like, oh my God, what is that? And that's who he was with. So say whatever you want to say. But I owe him part of the reason why, you know, some of the things that I like to look at and acquire in my lifetime came from when I was yay high and seeing people like him with them. Like, wow. So at that point, it didn't matter to me how many heels he wore, how many chaps he wore.
We can't. We're not gonna get into this conversation because that's a music conversation. Yeah. And trust me, I know stuff. I can't say it on this. This is a football thing, but I know stuff. And just trust me. Don't be fooled by him. He knew exactly what he was doing, and it worked. And then you add the fact that he was such a, you know, phenomenal artist, phenomenal musician. That's you know, people like to use the term genius. No, that was actually genius. What you saw that he was able to do in his life. Some stuff isn't really genius. It's not. But his stuff is, when you can play all your instruments, you have to think about everything he spawned. And that ends the discussion. Think about it like that. Think about it like that. You don't get The Time without Prince. You don't get Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis without Prince. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the trees. The trees are crazy of what he had. So, but that's a whole different kind. I mean, it's so deep, you know. Yeah, one day we're going to have to, I'm going to have to break that down for people.
Yeah, them joints, boy.
Come on, man.
All I know.
So all I gotta do is all you gotta say is he was winning. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
He was winning his whole life.
Let's see, what's New England gonna do, man? Come on, Steelers Nation, man. Let me see in the chat who y'all want. If y'all had it your way, who would y'all want the Steelers to take at 20? And also, how do y'all feel about, you know, Ian Rappaport saying that the Steelers are having conversations to trade up? And that's where I got stumped. I sent this question to Kenyon and Tony, and I said, wait. Let's assume this is real. Who they going after?
Right.
Sitting in the spot that they are right now, we know our needs. We feel like the receiver class is deep. You feel like one of the 3 top projected centers would be available. You feel like if they love Mims, he might be available at 20. Who would they be going to get to move up? And where are they moving up? Because let's not forget, last year, Omar Khan moved up 3 spots to get Broderick Jones. So let's see, who's New England taking?
Drake May.
Drake May, okay. All right. 3 quarterbacks right off the board.
Going to form.
Yep. All right. Where do you think McCarthy goes? Like what round? This round, or is he going to be one of them second?
He might go next couple of picks.
Next couple of picks.
We might go next. If somebody trades, if the Vikings are serious or the Giants are serious, they may, you know what I mean? They may trade up, depending on what the Cardinals want to give up, or want for the pick. But J.J. McCarthy is going to go off the board quick. I think Penix is going to go earlier now, because I think a lot of teams draft quarterbacks, sometimes off of how the run's going, and I think Penix showed enough that they may just do that. It's going to be. Look, I don't see everything what people see in J.J. McCarthy, because I just think he was a game manager.
Me neither.
But the NFL is a quarterback hungry league, and they'll always shoot their shots on quarterbacks. So some people go higher than they should, but I think that JJ is going to go in the next couple of picks.
I actually like Drake May a little bit, man. I watched a few games.
I do too.
Yeah, he's not bad at all. I'll say this: had this been the year that, and obviously we wouldn't have got him. We see how early it went. But say the Steelers were in a situation of the Kenny Pickett year,
okay,
and a guy like May is sitting there at their pick, I would not have been mad at that at all.
No, I would take Drake May.
I like that kid.
I would take Drake May.
Yeah,
there's no disrespect. There's no disrespect to Kenny, but Drake May has more tools than Kenny does, and he's younger. And, you know what I mean? And you can, you know what I mean? He's younger, so you can let him grow into his role. I think if the Patriots do it the right way, they would have them a solid. They may have found him a solid quarterback.
Yeah. Be curious to see how differently the team is ran, man, with Mayo. This is a whole new era for New England.
Yeah, that's right.
Very strange to not see Bill Belichick out there, but we shall see. So let me see what y'all say, man. Latham, Fuaga, Rel Facts. What up, Rel? He says he wants a cornerback. Which cornerback, though? If you had it your way in the first round, who we talking? Talking about Cooper or Wiggins? What's the other kid?
Arnold.
Arnold.
The kid out of Toledo kid that's rising up the boards.
Oh yeah.
Him. So all those are your options.
What else y'all got, man? If y'all had it y'all way, who do y'all want in this first round? Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah,
Arnold. Remember, they met with Arnold too. They definitely met with him at the pro day. Had a dinner with him.
Yeah. But Tomlin has told you he throws curveballs on everybody now, because you see him talking to somebody, you start thinking that he's like, okay, you don't know what he's doing. Might move different.
Why Diggy says, I'll take any offensive tackle except Guyton. Not a fan of his. Okay.
I think the Steelers may like Guyton because of his athleticism.
MT Mooch says he thinks the Giants might take Penix. Antoine says tackle. All right. Yeah, man. This is always tough, man. It's always tough. The first pick.
I don't think it was as tough last year, man. That's what's different this year. I think last year we had a better. You know what I mean? We kind of had an inkling of what may happen. I mean, it just depends how we look at it. So if the Steelers want to be a bruising, bully you type team with Arthur Smith as new OC, and they're going to run the ball, then it kind of makes it simple. You address the offensive line if that's the strongest position in the first. You know what I mean? If it's cornerback, because you don't feel like JPJ has, another corner on the other side, you may address cornerback. Like, to me, those are the two prime positions, to me. So, offensive line, cornerback. And the Cardinals pick is in, and it is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it looks like I'm about 15 seconds behind.
Okay.
Yeah, because Goodell is saying it now. Okay.
All right, now I know the time. 15 seconds. All right, I can wait.
Man, that kid.
Solid kid, man. Great.
Monster.
You know, love monster.
That might make them a little bit nasty. Big body receiver now. I mean, their offense, and it's funny because it looks like they really blew up against us, but their offense does have the potential to be like a little tricky to deal with. They got talent. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of I never really was. Kyler Murray ain't really my cup of tea. I mean, he's a baller, but I just feel like, because I've seen it in some games, not at the Steelers game when I was watching it in real time, but
yeah, it's right.
It seems like his stature gets in the way sometimes. Definitely seems like he's limited in certain areas because he's not, he's not that big of a kid. He's not that tall. But I don't know. Maybe that just might be the way I'm looking at it. Definitely, talented, but I don't see anything about Kyler Murray that makes me feel like a must-have. I'll take him on my team.
So you don't think he's a franchise quarterback? That's what you're saying?
No. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. Nothing about him, it makes me feel like I gotta have it. We need him. I don't feel like that.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I can't really pinpoint. I just don't see him. I don't know. I don't see him consistently being the guy you can rely on, if so to speak. Like you said, I think you summed it up good. He doesn't give me franchise quarterback feel. Let me see what y'all are saying. Kyler should go to MLB. Anybody else got any words on Kyler?
I think Harrison will help Kyler.
Okay, Lanisha, she said send the link to Sade. I thought I did. I thought I sent it to Debbie and Sade. Let me check. If you're speaking with them, Lanisha, let them know that I sent it in a group text. A group email. Okay, Debbie just sent me the email. All right, let me send her the link back. Get them up in here.
I think Marvin Harrison will help Kyler this year, though. I think that's the type of, he needs somebody like that, kind of similar to, having a Larry Fitzgerald, you know what I mean? Like that type of receiver.
Yeah.
I think Harrison can make an impact early, and I think, I don't know how to judge Kyler because of, I think he has things about him, some of his quirks that I probably wouldn't rock with, but on the field, he was a good quarterback. He's part of that Lincoln Riley tree. That's another one of his quarterbacks. So, I think that he's talented, and I think he has things about him that are great, but I don't know if he knows how to, if he's ever had the type of receivers or I don't know. I have a question mark when I think about him. I mean, you're not really feeling him, but for me, it's more like a question mark. Like maybe he could one day, maybe he won't one. It's a little bit different. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you gave him a running game, you gave him and then you have to look at it like this. His coach, look who he had. His first couple, I don't know. It's, how the NFL is, man. You get to the wrong situation, wrong coach, wrong system,
Yeah. Vistalite said, is Murray taller than Flutie? I don't know.
That's a good
Not
question.
100% sure. He looked like such a mini-me on the field.
But
He's a baller.
Kyler Murray is bigger than Bryce Young.
Yeah, that's true.
He's bigger than Bryce Young.
True.
Bryce Young is little. Like he hasn't, his weight gain hasn't been great. He's the same. He's maybe 10 pounds heavier than he was in high school. When he was out here playing modern day, as well as Jaden Daniels. As Sim said, he's skinny. Jaden Daniels, he's the same as he was in high school. I saw him all the time.
Slim dude, right?
You know what I mean? So I think in today's NFL where you can't touch quarterback, those quarterbacks can be successful. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have to take the hits that, somebody else may have to take. So
that's a good point, Real Facts. He says Kyler has always been a less polished Russell Wilson. Twitchy, explosive, crazy arm, but he can't play the position conventionally. Yeah. And maybe that's what it is that I'm seeing, man. It just he doesn't feel like quarterback to me. But no shade. Hey, he beat us in Pittsburgh with a 2-10 team.
Yep.
So he had no problem finding who was that McBride down the seam. I mean, it was sad. That was a sad game to be at.
Picking us apart
in the rain. Remember that game had like 2 or 3 rain delays. Oh God, that one hurt.
Yeah, that's the one where you texted me and Tony. Was like, "Yo, man, I'm out."
Yeah, man. I left early. Like I probably left. It was probably like 5
minutes.
He was
like, "I'm out."
Because I kept telling my son. I kept telling Mason. I was like, "Look, we gonna leave. Let's look at this drive. All right, we're gonna leave. All right, let's look at this drive." So we ended up staying until about 6 minutes left in the court because I think we threw a pick or something, and I was like, "See, that's it. I'm out of here." Beat that traffic. We already behind 2 hours. Had to drive home 2.5 or 3 hours. Yeah, that was just not a great day. I went from watching Landry Jones connect with Martavis Bryant, and he reverses field.
Right.
And outruns the Cardinals secondary because I was at that game. Went from that to watching them lose to a 2-10 Cardinals. Oh man. Oh God. Don't even get me started.
Wait, did the Chargers trade up?
Terrible week. Who traded up?
I'm saying, did the Chargers trade up?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the draft order was prior to. Yeah, were they at 5?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to see were they at 5. They might have been at 5.
Yeah, they may have been there. Maybe they acquired that pick from somebody else like previously because I don't remember what their record was, but would they have been bad enough to be the 5th pick?
No, I don't remember them being that. They missed the playoffs, but they weren't. I don't know if they were that bad.
Okay, Big Dro said the Chargers were at 5 from the beginning. Okay,
thanks. So they were that bad.
So Doomsday Neighbors, that Bowers kid is really the only tight end in the mix. Arnold, Fuaga, Fopno. Just looking at a couple of these names that's still sitting there as we get closer to pick 20. Oh man, round of applause. Let me see. Do I have the applause plugged up in this software? I think I do. Hold on, let me check. Yes, we do. Round of applause to MT Mooch, man. Appreciate the donation. Appreciate it. Okay, Chargers take Joe Alt. Well, appreciate the donation there, brother. He says, keep an eye out for Keon Cole if available. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm at the point, man, and I know, Kenya, you scouted a lot of these guys, man. You had a good 10 to 15 receivers.
Yeah.
I don't know from the guys just looking at them, I don't know who would be the main target for them. Because what keeps tripping me up a little bit, I know most people in Steeler Nation are trying to replace Deontay Johnson. I get it. But what we can't overlook is we really don't know what Arthur Smith's plan is.
Right.
I feel like, given the fact that Steelers football is more your smash mouth type, hard nose type, same way Tennessee was, I feel like Arthur Smith might lean into that and say, okay, this is when I was the most successful. They didn't have all these receivers all over the place as far as studs. They had A.J. Brown, and they had complementary pieces, like Corey Davis. There was another guy, I can't remember his name right now. I can see his number. I just can't remember his name. But there was nobody that was like a 1-2 punch or 1-2-3 deep.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have that same mentality? Is he looking for, or they largely, him and the coaching staff, are they looking largely for another big body guy that can pair up with George Pickens or just be a compliment to Pickens because of the style of offense?
Right.
You require a twitchy, pure route running dude, like Deontay. I don't know. So it's hard for me to say who I think they will pick because I don't know what receiver type is. Like, we knew our offense the last several years. We could say, yeah,
That's
we
true.
need one of these, one of these, one of those.
Yeah.
I don't know what Arthur Smith is bringing to the table. Like, people always will reflect back to what he recently did, but we don't. It could be a mashup.
Keon Coleman is not going at 20, so that's not even the thought process in my head. There's no way. There's 6 or 7 receivers the Steelers would take ahead of him. So that's not even. I'm not even going to entertain that. No, I'm just not, because I don't think that, and I don't know what Keon Coleman does that would validate what Arthur Smith's offense wants you to do, because Arthur Smith's offense, he wants his receivers to block. So George Pickens will block. So whoever plays opposite of him has to be able to block. Yeah. But do you want somebody that's like Deontay Johnson, that's a great route runner, or do you want a speed guy? Because I know people think George Pickens is a speed guy. He's not really a speed guy. He's a contested catch guy. He's fast. He's not, He's not going to blow past you. So do you take the receiver that can, if you play 3 yards off him, he still runs past you? That type of receiver. Do you want a complete receiver? Do you want a big body, bigger than Pickens, where you can just, bully people around the field? People talk about Arthur Smith in Atlanta, but Sim knows this. Drake London is physical. He was physical he did that at USC. He used to punk people at USC. So he was perfect for Arthur Smith. That's why I drafted him. So now you have to ask yourself what kind of offense Arthur Smith is going to run, and what kind of receiver do you want? And you have to have, I think, 3 talented receivers. And I'm not sold on Calvin Austin yet, because I don't know, I don't know. So the Steelers can double dip. Look, me personally, if you're asking me what type of receivers you looking for, give me Roman Wilson out of Michigan. Give me that kid.
Yeah.
Who, give me somebody like that. Brian Johnson from LSU. Brian Johnson, get him too. He's similar to George Pickens. So it depends on what you want. So this receiver class has everything: speed, height, weight. Route runners. They have everything. There's a kid out of give me 1 second. There's a kid that you guys should be aware of. Malachi Crawford is Malachi.
Oh, that kid from
Malachi Corley. Malachi Corley.
Yeah.
Western Kentucky. You have to think about Aeneas Smith from Texas A&M. Like, all these dudes are like, it's so many different types of receivers this year. It's interesting. Jalen Polk out of Washington. Johnny Wilson, Florida State guy. That Sim seen him, play with Keon Coleman. technically had a down year because of Keon Coleman. You know what I mean? You know, but the year before he was killing. So, Lab McConkey, you have to think about people like that. There are a lot of, you know, just depends on what they want. So, pick us in.
Or the Giants?
Yeah.
Oh, I must be ahead now. They already picked on my side.
No, I'll just wait for you now.
Oh, got you.
I'm a good co-host, man. Teamwork, bro. Teamwork.
Yeah, I forgot that fast.
Teamwork, man.
Okay. I knew he wasn't gonna last long.
Nah. I like Malik. I like Malik a lot.
Yeah. And they need more receivers, man. The Giants definitely needed. I forget the kid's name though. Who was that young boy they had last year? I can't remember his name. The only reason why I've seen a few of his games because my brother-in-law, he's a Giants fan, and I remember in fantasy he was going crazy over this dude. One of them times we was down in Tampa watching the game. And he's young. I think he was a rookie. He may have been a rookie or a second-year player.
Last year,
yeah. But he was pretty solid. But they definitely needed more receivers. Because they ain't really have no name receivers. I ain't really know none of them.
Well, let me see.
Robinson. That's what it was. Yeah, y'all, yeah. I think it was Robinson. MT Mooch, what number is he? Because Robinson, the last name sounds familiar, but I remember.
I thought you were talking about Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt is a speed. No.
It won't Jalen.
Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee. Yeah, Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee. That's what I thought.
No, it won't him. I knew him. It was another dude that was kind of a no name. And I think it was Robinson. I think that's who I'm talking about. I want to say he was like number 80 something.
Wandale Robinson from Kentucky.
I think that's
what number was he? What number was he?
80 something. It was either 84 or 88, maybe.
Well, let me see.
Because I definitely, knew exactly who Hyatt was, or Wyatt, or whatever his last name is. I knew who he was.
Yeah. He's a speed dude.
17. That's who it was. Yep, that's who it was. I'm talking about 80 something. That's exactly who it was. Number 17. And I was like, man, who is this dude?
Yeah. 87 was Isaiah McKenzie.
Okay, yeah. So it must have been 17. So I say they need receivers, but they could have took another one. So you pair him up with Hyatt.
And you still got Darius Slayton. I think you still got Darius Slayton.
Slayton is still out there. So I think that's probably a good pickup for the Giants. I don't know enough about their team to say what their need outside of that was. Like, if you're a Giants fan, maybe you weren't happy with this pick, but this dude is a playmaker.
Yeah. Yep.
Tennessee. I wonder where Tennessee going. I feel like Tennessee might need offensive line help too.
Do they need wide receiver? What about deep? Do they need a defensive end?
Their DM was kind of deep though. They were stout on the front. I don't remember. See, y'all, I'm so much of a homer. I don't always remember somebody else. I know them most of the time when I'm just watching football, but I can't recall it the way I would recall the Steelers. But I know they had what's my man's name? Big boy in the middle, Simmons.
All right.
I want to say they was like 4 deep across that defensive line. I just can't remember all their names. But then I don't know who they lost. They may have lost some people in free agency,
Right.
perhaps.
That's what I'm thinking.
So,
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Bowers or OT for Titans. Yeah, I don't think they're that deep at tight end.
Yeah, I wouldn't draft Bowers right there. 'Cause they don't have a quarterback. I wouldn't draft Bowers. He could go there. They don't have a quarterback.
Homeboy. Well, we'll see. You know, that might have just been flash in the pan, but Levis looked like he might have something.
Yeah, I like Levis.
He looked like he might have something. He got a strong arm, but
yeah, he does.
I got to see more of it, though.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I can't judge him. Yeah, I can't judge him on a. It should be. He's an interesting prospect.
They do got Mason Rudolph.
Oh my God.
Oh my Lord! So they got Mason Rudolph, Will Levis, and Malik Willis. Wow, that is an interesting quarterback room. But Levis kind of, at least the way he played. Again, guys, I'm not judging him as, you know, full college career because I didn't watch him a lot. I'm just talking about what I saw him do last year. And I think I told Kenyon this during the season. He kind of has that. He gives me that Phillip Rivers type of vibe as far as his, you know, his grit, if that makes sense. Like, you know, big body, he's gonna try to do everything. I wouldn't quite put him in a. He's not a Josh Allen. I don't get that. I don't get early bend from him. That's why I would say more so Phillip Rivers, because Phillip Rivers was a tough dude. Stand in there, take a hit, you know, move around a little bit, strong arm.
Phillip was a gamer, man.
Yeah, Phillip was, and I think I see that from Levis as far as his personality. I got to see more though. I don't know if that was just I'm eager to play.
He was a rookie, right? Yeah.
You know, can he carry the franchise? You know, can he carry that on his back? So we'll see.
I think we agree. We like his upside. We love his upside. We're with his upside.
I feel bad for Malik Willis though, man. I mean,
I didn't think. Yeah, it's on you, man.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's funny because we had such high hopes for him, and because Levis showed a little bit of promise, will he get a shot? You know, does he get a shot to take over the starting position? Let's see. Titans select. JC Latham. Well, that ain't happening, folks. I know some of y'all earlier before the show got going, you said you would like to see Latham. And that's what I figured, man. I figured that they needed offensive line help because a buddy of mine, good friend of mine, is a Titans fan. And, man, he would tell me throughout the season, we texting back and forth, that their O-line was trash. And even when they played us, he was going crazy like, man, that offensive line. Man, that's a big boy.
He big.
Good Lord. Man, we only at pick 7.
Yep.
All right, speed this thing up. So who's next? Atlanta, followed by the Bears, Jets, Vikings, Denver, Raiders. Because I'm even looking at this thing, man, if the rumors are true and the Steelers want to jump, I'm even looking at where they're trying to get to. You know, who you trying to get ahead of? And what team are you not concerned about? You know, like, and that also determines where you go, because you might say, all right, we're trying to go to spot 12 because we don't want so-and-so to pick behind us. But then you know the teams that in front of you are not going to pick your guy. So that's always what I'm trying to figure out when they say the team, even like last year when they said they was going to move up. I'm thinking, well, all right, well, who they trying to get ahead of? Atlanta, Chicago, and the Jets, and the Vikings. See, I don't think any of them teams are in our way as far as.
Would Atlanta pull the trigger on? Would Atlanta pull the trigger on Penix?
Possible. It's possible. I mean, but here's the thing. The Master of Music says, Sim, you're a little behind. Yeah, I know. I said that earlier in the show. It's because I'm watching it on my phone. See, y'all see that? NFL probably get me that fast for showing that little clip. I don't have a TV in the steel basement. One on the opposite wall back there behind me, but I'd have to leave the room to watch it. But a little bit behind, man, because I'm using the NFL app on my phone. But going back to Kenya's question, you pay Kirk Cousins all that money. You drafted my man, forget this boy's name that fast. Desmond Ritter. You drafted him a few years ago, along with the Kenny Pickett era.
2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember when I was saying, "Hey, what if the Steelers pass and they pick Ritter later?" I remember saying that back then.
Yeah.
So he hasn't necessarily worked out. You pay Kirk Cousins all that money. Do you turn around and draft a quarterback in the first round? Perhaps. Kirk Cousins can't play forever, right?
That's my point.
Coming off the ACL, 35, 36, whatever he is. I don't know.
And Penix is the type, with the weapons that they have, I'm asking you. You put Penix with them and he gets Drake London, he gets Kyle Pitts. He has the running back that's about to be a superstar. I'm just asking a question, bro. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? I'm not picking, I'm just asking a question.
Woof. All right, well, let me ask one last question behind that.
Okay.
What was Kirk Cousins' contract as far as years?
The only thing that matters is what's guaranteed.
Yeah, he got, what did he get guaranteed? It was like $100 million. $100 million.
They can go wide receiver here, man. They can go OT. They can go offensive tackle right here. They can go. Man, that's Atlanta.
The boy just said Penix is firmly in the mix. Shefty.
Oh, okay.
Or was that Ian Rappaport? I think that was Ian Rappaport.
I just threw it out. It was just popped in my mind with this pick. I don't know why. It just did.
Nah, it's a possible thing. But again, my question to them would be, why do you guarantee a 36-year-old quarterback coming off an ACL $100 million if you're going to turn around and draft a guy?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's just, it'd be really crazy if they do that.
Like I said, look, man, I'm here for y'all to help you guys. That's all I'm here for. I don't like to predict stuff. Listen to me. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Don't listen to them. Okay.
Pick is in. So I'm a little behind. So Kenyon has seen it. Kenyon has seen it. Let's see. Let's see what. Let me get the news. Boy, if they did that.
Just saying.
Bruh.
Like I said, now this is 4 years in a row I've done this. 4. That's what I'm saying. I'm just playing with y'all. I like joking.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna turn my hat backwards on this one because I'm baffled. But this is what I told y'all. This is Kenyon. This is what Kenyon do, man. That's why I told y'all he's the draft mind because he scouts these people and he understands what teams are looking for. But I don't understand it, Falcons. Why would you pay? Why did you do that?
Right.
Matter of fact, somebody get Kirk Cousins' agent on the phone. I need this dude
Like,
to go with me.
Yeah.
The next time, I'm trying to broker any type of deal, and then as far as work, I need him to come with me for my next annual global review and tell them how much they need to be paying. Bruh.
You gonna maximize, you know what I mean? Get everything you can get out of it, so get everything you can. It's just, when I just started to think about it, like, why would you not take him? I understand what you're saying is correct, but if you're the Atlanta Falcons, so basically you don't believe in Desmond Ridder, you're done with him, basically. So this is what I'm looking at it. The problem I have the only thing with this pick is Penix can beat out Kirk Cousins.
That's the thing. That's the
he can
thing,
beat him out for that job.
All right, let me propose this to Steeler Nation, because you guys always want to. In Steeler Nation, we always want to get on everything the organization does, and we call everybody stupid and the coaches. And let me ask a real question to y'all, and I'm waiting for y'all's response. Imagine if our Pittsburgh Steelers drafted, because I'm going to use the exact same names. I'm not even going to say Kenny Pickett. I'm going to give you their exact scenario. We drafted Desmond Ridder back in, 2022's draft.
Yeah.
This offseason, like 4 weeks ago, we signed Kirk Cousins, guarantee him $100 million on a $180 million contract.
Whew.
Then we come here tonight and we draft a young guy that has tremendous upside. If he can get everything pans out, health and all of that, and stays healthy. We draft him at pick number 8. Explain to me, guys, as short as you can with chat, how would you feel if that was the Pittsburgh Steelers? Oh, we got Debbie in. I'm gonna bring Debbie in. We're gonna welcome Debbie in. I didn't even see her sitting there. So hello, Debbie. Appreciate you.
Hello.
That's for you, Debbie. Hello, Debbie. Hello.
Hello.
So
Debbie,
what I asked the
right
chat,
there,
and I'm gonna ask you, Debbie, since you're here. We always criticizing the Steelers and our coaching staff and everybody else. How would you feel if the Steelers would have drafted Desmond Ridder in 2022? They paid Kirk Cousins $100 million guaranteed on a $180 million contract just a few weeks ago. And now tonight at pick number 8, they draft another quarterback in the first round. How would that make you feel as a fan, as far as how they would have handled that quarterback situation?
Like I'm wasting money.
It's oh my God. I don't have no words for it. And I'm not even a Falcon fan. I just don't. Again, we always criticizing our team. What if they would have done
because
that?
You're giving away resources. You just paid a guy, I think, $1 million. And you paid the guy, you give him more kind of resources around him.
Oh, Chicago gets Rome Odunze.
Like I said, needed weapons, and that's a perfect weapon. And they flew on the same plane to the draft.
Wow. Job well done, Chicago.
Yep.
Y'all hit pretty well so far in the first. Do they have another pick in the first?
They don't have nope.
Just those two. Yeah, you walk away Thursday night with gotta feel good about that. If you the Bears. Wow.
Yep.
But since we got you on, Debbie, gotta ask, and even if you don't necessarily say player, what position? I'll ask a 2-part question. What position would you like to see the Steelers take at 20? And what position would really piss you off if they take at 20?
Oh, a quarterback.
Oh man, yeah.
What I want to see, I think I may want somebody for the trenches. So I'm thinking maybe a center.
Yeah. Not mad at that at all. So just to qualify that, folks, I said it earlier. I'm not upset at all if the Steelers go center, even tackle. And I'll qualify that a little bit. I know leading up to the draft and in early offseason, all of us had our opinions about what positions we want to see them address and blah, blah, blah. But if you really think about it, if Russell Wilson is the guy, if Justin Fields is the guy, hey, even if Kenny Pickett was the guy, one thing that we couldn't deny is, did we really have a offensive line that we felt? And I mean, no, I don't know if any team can think that their offensive line gonna hold up everybody, but I'm saying, have we had that unit where we felt like we have a really solid offensive line? Sometimes they're gonna give up some sacks like every other team does, but for the most part, we're gonna be able to hold protection long enough to run some route combinations and deep ends and deep posts, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. We ain't felt like that in quite a long time, probably since the Castro and Foster, right. So technically, I almost feel like the Steelers have never had that cowboy moment from, let's say, about 7, 8 years ago when they drafted all them offensive linemen in the first round, and then they had that super stud offensive line for about 4 years. We've never done that in recent years, so it's not going to upset me if we go and get a bona fide center or tackle, so we can move Broderick Jones to his natural position. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. I'm not even really worrying about the skill position in the first round. But if they do it, if they go, highest player on the board, I'm cool. But I will be more than satisfied with an offensive lineman. And it's funny to say that, because most of the time we all want to see more flash, in the draft. You want to see that guy who's going to throw touchdowns, catch touchdowns, get interceptions.
I don't know if I want to see I think if number one would be a quarterback. I think my number two, I don't want to see a wide receiver.
No, I'd have to get the wide receiver in there. Wide receiver, if you can get a wide receiver at 20, that's a stud. You got to take him, because it's a need now. You can say it's not, but it is, because when you lose Deontay, you don't know if George is number one. And me and Sim was talking. That's my point when I asked that question earlier. Is George Pickens really a number one? That's really the question.
I'm not saying that he is a number one. My thing is, because of the value of the pick and the way the wide receivers are as a position, in 3 years, he's gonna want the pay for the position, and if he doesn't live up to that pay, then you're going to be looking for that position. And because the organization has been in a place where they've been able to develop that position, maybe you could get somebody that you could develop in the second round versus getting somebody who you really need or who is very good in the trenches, because they've really been suffering in that role in the last couple of years.
But it's two things. Part of his offensive scheme. The second part of this situation is you can't think of it like that anymore, because wide receiver is a position in college that most people are starting to play. The better athletes are playing wide receiver because they know it's a quick way for them to get to the NFL. So what you're going to see every year in the draft is you're going to see stud wide receivers coming out that would have played maybe linebacker, that would have played maybe quarterback, that would have played maybe cornerback. They're going to come into the league and it's going to be it's a position that's going to be always changing. So the Steelers can look at it like this: I have a receiver for 3 years. If we don't re-sign him, we just draft another one. That's how they look at it, because it's a position that you can always change. Not that it's devalued, but unless you get somebody that's, because I don't know if George Pickens makes it past his rookie contract. I'm just saying, these are things you have to really think about, when you're thinking about somebody like this. So wide receiver to me, and offensive tackle or center, those positions are positions that they need to address. In cornerback, to me. So that's how I look at it. But just look how the NFL is going now. Receivers are getting traded that off their rookie contract. So they're showing you how the league is moving. So, but how you doing, Sade?
Hey, everybody.
Man, welcome, Sade. Good to have you, of course.
Thank you.
I'll
I'm a little late.
Throw you the same question. And you could just say position-wise, because, sometimes it's hard, like Kenyon would say, it's hard to pin down the player and all of that. But position-wise, who would you prefer to see the Steelers take at 20, and who would absolutely piss you off if they went with this position at 20?
I want to see him take an offensive lineman at 20. Tackle or center. Damn more, man. I don't even know what more I can say. I want him gone. I want to move Broderick back to his natural position. I don't think we should wait 2 years to do that. Who would have pissed me off to see them take? We got so many needs that probably wouldn't make me mad unless they took a tight end or something.
That's the one.
Yeah.
The same thing.
If they took a tight end, I'd be upset. But we got a lot of needs. I'm thinking best player available at this point.
Yeah, because you can't be mad at, like, I love hearing Debbie and Kenyon's, conversation, because you can't be mad if they go offensive line, wide receiver, cornerback. It's the only one that I don't really see, because I don't know if it's somebody out there worthy. I'm seeing inside linebacker float around. People saying get somebody.
There are no first round inside linebackers.
Yeah, who is it? Who's the guy?
There is.
And they just
third, fourth.
And I don't want to see
that.
them.
You just gave Patrick Queen a bag. They're not going to do that.
And I don't want to see them reach for anybody either. So if their guy isn't there, I wouldn't be mad if they went back, because how I feel about trading back and getting more.
I'm with that. I'm with acquiring more picks if the draft board falls to you. Look, JJ McCarthy is about to go right now because Minnesota traded up to 10, and they're going to take the quarterback.
They traded up. Yeah,
they taking the quarterback. They saw Penix go. They might select JJ because I think they believe in him. So,
and y'all feel free.
Like I said, that's 2 in a row. Look, y'all leave me alone when I talk this stuff, all right?
I was about to say, feel free, Debbie and Sade. You can say whoever it is, because I'm a little bit behind because I'm watching it on the phone, and tell the Steelers pick. Don't say nothing until I say something.
Gotcha.
I'm one of those people. Let me see if y'all feel the same way. Like, how you ain't seen a movie and your homeboy, your homegirl, or whatever seen it, and they like, look, watch this part. Dog. Stop.
Don't tell me. Don't
do that. Yeah. I want to have that same excitement that you had when you saw it. But if I know it's coming, so that's why I'm just weird like that. Like, don't say nothing until I. But with these picks, it don't matter.
That's that area. That's basically we're saying. It's like movies. Like if somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, did you see?" and they tell you this part, I'm like, "Yo, we can't hang out, bro." You're not cool.
Right.
Don't even tell me it's coming. Like, look, watch,
it's so bad with me. I don't even like going to the movies with other people. Like people say, "We go to the movie by myself." Why? I don't like nobody. I want to watch the movie and not have to listen to you because I'm not paying to talk to you. I'm paying to see the movie. So that's how I always look at it. So
I'll do my matinee.
You know what I'm saying? I'll do my matinee. I'll chill in the chair and get the recliner and just be able to focus. And then I leave and I come out and say, "Oh, I saw it." We can go see it together after I see it, because then you can say whatever you want because I've already seen it. But when you talk before, I'm like, "No, we can't hang out." Oh man, it's not cool.
Well, don't even tell me.
Don't tell me, man.
You don't like this part. Don't tell me nothing.
No, I won't say anything.
And Kenyon and Tony held me down, man.
Good?
Huh? Yeah, he was rising up the board. I mean,
you got it. You got it,
Yeah.
Kenyon. You got
Hey,
it.
hey, he was rising up the board. I just didn't say nothing. I mean, me and Sim talked about it. I think he's a winner. Let me just say that. He is a winner. He won a chip. He just won. I think Minnesota, not saying they were desperate at quarterback, but they had to draft a quarterback.
They
Because when you
had
had-
to.
You know what I mean? It was kind of like they're in a weird situation.
Yeah.
You know, they're like us last year in a lot of ways, where we had to get Kenny.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things. So
Like you don't have a choice.
yeah. I don't know if they have the choice. We'll see. I don't see what other people see in him, but he is a leader and he is a winner. And if they look, he's coming into a cool situation. He has you could argue, he has the best receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's walking into that. So
Yeah. That's
a
true.
positive. That's a positive.
I mean, it just put me in the mind of Zach Wilson. Like, you know how they have those excellent, like, you know, pro days and stuff, and then it doesn't really pan out. I don't know.
Yeah, Zach. Was at BYU.
That boy.
See,
That,
I guess the difference is that JJ won.
yeah, JJ did win.
JJ won on the big
But
stage.
But Zach was slinging that thing now. He looked good. He looked good doing this.
Check out. Look, they played us. He was slinging it against USC. And I was sitting there going, look, man, tackle that dude, please.
Yeah.
Get him off his spot. So I knew Zach he has the arm talent. It's just I don't know what it is. It's circumstance, man. He's a kid from Utah that goes to New York. Big city. It's two different worlds. That's a different lifestyle, bro. You have to be built for certain cities, man. You really have to be built for certain cities. I think the Jets this is my prediction. I think the Jets are going to take Brock Bowers, tight end, from Georgia. Because Aaron Rodgers likes weapons.
He does.
And that's why I just put Big Dro's comment. That he can fall to us all he wants.
He's not going to fall.
They still ain't picking him. They still not picking him.
Even be there. I don't want him.
I don't want him. No.
I don't want him.
I guess he playing wide receiver.
Yeah, man. Like we got
Come on, man.
Again, everybody's entitled to opinion. We're just saying tight end would definitely not be.
Nah.
Well, if they did that, I would believe the possible rumors of a trade for Freiermuth. That's the only way it would make sense to me. But I still don't want them to do that.
No.
Nah.
I don't really feel like they even unlocked Freiermuth's
cool.
in that offense. So I feel like we still got more to see from Freiermuth. So
absolutely, I need to see more.
Right.
He does make me a little nervous though, man, because Freiermuth has had a few
injuries. Yeah, those injuries
so.
are stacking up.
All right, can you were you right? Because the pick probably happened because he's just reading the card on my side. You see it yet?
Yeah, I already saw it.
You can say it. I don't. As long as they can still.
No, I'm waiting for you.
I didn't see it.
I'm waiting for you.
You only gotta wait for me for Pittsburgh.
Okay. They picked up Penn State offensive lineman.
Okay.
They picked the tackle. The kid that Sim I told you about. Remember
I
he
didn't see
freshman?
it.
I said I loved him.
Yeah, the Penn State.
Yeah,
that's a big boy too.
Penn State kid. That's a big boy. Now that's a great pick for the Jets. You know why? Because Aaron Rodgers is old, so you need to put like pieces around him. No, I'm serious. You got to put those young linemen around him to protect him. I mean, you do.
What side does Becton play? Makai.
I think he plays left.
He plays right.
I think he plays left.
Is
Becton still there?
I think so. Let me check. Yeah, see, I don't know. The free agency and everything. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's still there. Hold up.
You know, he from the crib, man. He from Richmond, VA, so I always know about these players.
That's a big boy there.
That's a big kid right there.
Yes, he is.
He could have came out last year, but he went back to school.
6'6".
Yeah, big kid.
Man.
I know one thing.
Oh, you ain't getting around him when he gets paws on you, man.
No, you're not.
If Becton is still there, they got some big tackles. Becton is 6'.
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. I got you.
Try getting the Rodgers.
They have.
Try getting the Rodgers, man.
Yo, Beckton's not there, man.
He's not there. Okay. Who was he with
I'm
now?
looking at the line. I don't see him. Unless he's listed as a tackle. He might be listed as a tackle. Give me a second. They have Morgan
He's
Moses.
a tackle.
No, you know what they got? They got Tyron Smith from the Cowboys.
Oh, so did they move back then? Or cut him?
They had Tyron Smith. Beckton is not there. Carter Warren, Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses, Ashton Davis. Morgan Moses. They have 3 tackles. So they had to, so this is a perfect pick. He might slide in at right tackle. He might walk right in at right tackle because Tyron Smith plays left. Because he plays left in Dallas.
For sure.
Yep.
I don't see Beckton with a current team. That's interesting.
So he's a free agent.
Wow. Okay, because I know he was injured in 22. He didn't play that year, but he played last season.
The way this board is falling, the Steelers are gonna have their pick, man.
Yep. And you know why this board went like this? It all started at 8.
At 8? What happened at 8?
You take Penix. You take Penix at 8.
Penix. Yeah.
Penix went at 8?
Down. Yeah.
Penix
Oh wow.
to the Falcons. Now, how stupid are they?
Didn't they just?
Yes, they did. Whatever you want to say, they did that.
Yeah, me and Sim were talking, Sade, and I said, what if they draft Penix? And then Sim, we was just going through the reasons. This is before the pick. I said, what if they just do it? Because they have and then it happens, and then Sim was like, I don't understand. I'm like, I'm just saying. They're probably looking at it like, I don't know how long Kirk's going to give us. And I told Sim, I said, here's the problem. Penix can beat Kirk Cousins for that job. He can beat him for the job.
Kirk Cousins
is that talented, and he's not young. See, people mixing it up. He's 25. He was in college 6 years. So he's the same age as Kenny Pickett. Like Kenny, he's that age. So he's going to walk in the NFL. I don't know if the stage is going to bother him like that. And you give him those weapons.
Yeah, because the Falcons looking mighty scary, man.
Shout out to Super Dave. That's my boy, Sam.
Oh, what's up, man? What's up, Super Dave?
That's my boy.
So we're introducing them to how I do sometimes. I'll put up comments and I'll give my opinion on the comment. I actually agree. I actually agree that it was a smart pick. It's
I agree too, yeah.
I don't understand what the Falcons are doing. I just don't.
Some organizations you just can't.
Penix was going to be there.
That's what happened when you have money.
I don't think
Before the draft even happened.
Let me ask you this
Before
question,
we even get to tonight, Penix is going to be available at 8. That's just. And if he's not, guess what? Somebody else is available. One of them other quarterbacks.
I'm asking all you guys the same question. You're the Atlanta Falcons. You signed Kirk Cousins, right? He's past prime. Let's just say that. You have all these young weapons. If you draft a young quarterback to sit behind Kirk Cousins for 1 year, let him sit for a year.
That's fine.
And then like Patrick Mahomes, let him sit. Next year you get rid of Kirk Cousins because it's not guaranteed. You can get rid of him.
And $100 million is guaranteed.
Wait a minute,
Yes.
that's
You have to eat it. You have to eat it anyway.
Nah,
That's looking a lot. I'm looking real Russell Wilson like.
That's my point. But see, Sade, that's my point. Sade, that's where I'm going.
That's looking real Russell Wilson like.
Denver did it. So if Denver would do it, why wouldn't another NFL team do that? And why wouldn't Arthur Blank, who's itching to win a Super Bowl?
He got the money.
Hey, Denver Broncos, their methods, I'm not agreeing with.
I don't believe Denver intended on doing it. The other coach had brought Russell Wilson in, and Gary Payton had to eat it, and because he didn't like him, he had to get rid of him. So Denver ate that because of that. Atlanta bought Kirk Cousins in with that contract. So the situation is completely different.
But
And $100 million guaranteed. That's why Cleveland didn't give up on old boy yet.
Deshaun Watson. But you don't pass up on.
Oh no.
Oh
And
yeah,
Yeah, I
right,
don't-
right, right, right,
and
right.
Like, that's how they're looking at it. You just don't like. So
I don't
for them,
disagree with the pick.
I'm saying, like, you know,
Cleveland.
if you believe in me, why you ain't building around me? This was Aaron Rodgers' problem in Green Bay. You go draft a quarterback, you're supposed to be building around me. You believe in me, right?
Desperate owners make desperate moves. Desperate organizations make desperate moves.
Look at what the Broncos did.
Hey, you don't get Kirk Cousins sitting there right now, like.
Year.
Bo
Look,
Nix.
the pick is in. Bo Nix.
Yes, Kirk Cousins.
The Broncos took Bo Nix. Here's my point.
Kirk Cousins.
But they had to.
The next
They had to
Yeah,
take
they ain't had no
Bo
choice.
ready
But
to
nobody
be
said.
The way this board falling, they ain't have a
Because
choice.
he's not a top 12 pick. No disrespect, but he's not. So now he is a project.
Oh,
You
they
just
got
drafted a
scared. They
project.
got scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like the difference between what Denver did and what the Falcons did is Denver had the date had already happened. They got into an argument at the table, and the food he just got to eat that. They pay the bill.
Okay.
The Falcons, they ain't even set the date yet. He done hollered at the whole girl, hey, yo, we gonna go to the. You went and started out knowing that you had your eyes on something else.
Exactly.
Hey, you already telling her to meet you at the crib, man. Just meet you at the crib, man.
Yo, but this is what they just
Doing
did.
this thing like this thing ain't about to work out, man. Meet me at the crib.
Man, that's
But look, they pay Kirk Cousins $90 million this year. This is the contract. They pay him $90 million for 2024, 25, only $10 million next year. So this is how you gotta look at it. You pay him his money, he starts this year, right? You have to pay him his money now. You have to pay him. That's guaranteed. Next year, do you have to keep him? You only have to pay him $10 million.
yeah, but that
Do you
money
keep
gone.
him?
Yeah.
That money
You
is
know-
gone. So now
and
you
you know
can say Kirk, see, we'll
You
see.
believed
Nice
in
job.
me.
Right? No, I didn't believe you. I wanted you to be the bridge to Michael Penix. That's exactly what I want you to do. You like Alex Smith did Mahomes. Want you to sit there, help this kid, let him get ready, and then we're gonna give the reins over to him. Those weapons.
Well, that's
You know
an
what I mean?
expensive date for somebody you ain't taking home.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's an expensive date.
You mean to tell me
Hey,
he was really worth $90 million?
Look, Kirk Cousins has gotten some of the best contracts in NFL history.
Matter of fact,
Look
He
at
has.
his contracts.
they could have got Russell Wilson.
Hey, he finesses you real good.
They could have got Russell Wilson.
He knows how to. His agent is the best agent in the
Yes.
NFL. That's
Yes.
the person you need
Hands
to
down.
Bar none.
Hands down.
Bar none.
And-
I totally agree with
in
you
the
on that.
NFL.
and shout out for them they are the ones. They are the reason why more guaranteed money is happening in the NFL.
Yep.
Kirk
Exactly.
Yeah.
got that
yeah.
$84 million from the Vikings,
Yep.
fully guaranteed, and that started the wave.
That
So shout
started
outs
it.
to that.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
And then
I'm
Deshaun
Well,
Watson
see, I think
broke
Deshaun
it after
Watson
that.
started it.
Yes, Deshaun Watson contract.
started it.
He started. Yeah.
But Kirk
Yep.
Cousins
Cleveland.
made it.
yeah, Deshaun Watson broke the
Yeah,
bank.
Deshaun Watson contract.
Because that dude hasn't even played.
Right. He still hasn't played.
still hasn't
he
played.
didn't play then. He still ain't playing.
Okay, check this out. I'm gonna read this to you.
And that dude got
year,
baggage.
I got you. Since his rookie year in 2020, 2012, Cousins has raked in a total of $281 million in contract money guaranteed.
And how many playoff
That
wins
dude-
does he have?
That's my point.
So
Well,
why did
really?
the Falcons pick? That's my only beef in this situation. Good job for picking up Penix. I love the pick.
Right.
I
Why?
don't understand the front office. Like, why pay Kirk Cousins? Why did you give him that kind of money?
Right.
It don't make no
Right.
sense.
Because
Right.
that
I
was
mean, you
that
don't
was
know
money.
how the ball gonna fall. True enough. But
That was resource
Man.
money.
They was gonna
Yeah.
get at least one of these quarterbacks
Yo, man.
by the
Right.
8th pick.
That
You
was
know, I don't
resource
want-
money.
yeah.
That was wide receiver money. That was O-line money.
That was
Yo,
dumb.
that was I'm desperate money. That's can I buy a bride money. That's I'm lonely. I need to win tonight. I'm going to give you a transaction so we can hang out
Man,
and make
listen.
sure I get my money's worth.
My
Keep it
man.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, my man.
Wait a minute.
we
That's
keep it.
what the blank. Like,
That's an exclusive date, bro. That's an exclusive date.
Just saying.
Even that got a limit,
And
though.
then you pay all that money. You pay all that money, leave her at the table, and call the other one. Got at the crib.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Even that got a limit. You still got to be like, who on the roster?
Yeah.
Oh, they ain't there tonight. All right, cool. I'll be back tomorrow.
My man was swiping right. My man was like, "Yo, I got to make this work." Brock Bowers to the Raiders. Yep.
Yeah.
And here's the point.
That makes sense.
The Raiders would have took Penix. That's what the
Yeah,
Raiders would have took.
I think they was gonna take.
They would have took Penix. So that just shows you the domino of when quarterbacks go at certain how the draft board falls. But that's a good pick for the Raiders. They still don't have a quarterback.
Who is Aiden O'Connell?
They still don't have a quarterback.
That's their quarterback?
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell, the backup
He's
from
the backup last year.
Yeah.
Who is he? Like where he came from?
He played last year.
From backing up?
Yeah. When they got rid of Derek, he started to play.
Yeah, he started a couple of games.
I don't even know this dude. He did all right. Oh, they was winning. They did win some games when Pierce took over.
Yeah. They have him in my man with the dope mustache. You know what I'm talking about?
Ooh,
not homeboy, not
Minshew.
Yeah. Dang, I
He got
didn't know
the dope,
Minshew was out there. Minshew was a journeyman.
Yeah, he got that.
Wait, what?
I did not know Gardner
With the
Minshew was
porn
out
mustache?
there.
I didn't say porn star. You said porn star. I said dope.
He said dope.
I'm keeping it PG. I'm not doing that.
Damn.
I call it like I said.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said.
I'm doing like LeBron does it. I'm blaming everybody else except me. That's you. That's my job. That's you.
I call it like I said.
Hey, all that dinner talk, Kenyon.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. Yeah, but I think the Raiders wanted the quarterback real bad. I think that somebody would have dropped to him. Like
they need a quarterback.
Yeah, they might have reached, but like I've been saying, I just have this weird feeling the Raiders they're gonna try to be competitive this year, but they're gonna try to get somebody like Shedeur Sanders next year. I can just see him playing in Las Vegas. I can see it.
The flashy lights and all of that.
You know what I mean? He'll walk right in. He'll be good.
And if they suck enough, they'll get him for sure.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at their quarterback situation, you're not thinking they're gonna win.
No, it don't look good.
Arthur Blank, he owns Home Depot. Now I realize why he's interested in how they spent that money. I spent too much money at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Now I know. I have to stop going to Home Depot for them to spend.
You're contributing.
And then I'm contributing to the delinquency of his purchases, because if he's gonna spend and then go draft another quarterback, I'm spending too much money there.
Well, you have to look at it this way. You have to look at it positively. He's not the Steelers owner.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing bad to say about the Steelers organization ever again.
But they complain about us. I mean, you know, they complain. The owners are trash. The coach is trash. Everybody trash.
Everybody trash.
But you see what trash organizations really do. Trash things.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's and you had to use that word. Like I was telling my friends, you had to use that word. It's like the new word for the black community, narrative. And I'm like, oh, y'all just learned that now. Like in 2023, I'm like, okay. So it's like my whole thing is like, yo, everybody has a situation that's totally different. And some organizations that want it run in some way. My thing is this: if we had never won, you complain all day. You can say get rid of the coach, get rid of the owner, get rid of the team colors, move. You can do all that stuff. If you have never won a chip, if you've never won, you can say that. But if you won the most chips along with the other team that did some cheating to get chips, and you're the only two houses on that block, and the other people are complaining in your house, it's like, all you gotta do is walk down the hall. We got chips.
Hey,
why are you complaining?
Teams who have won less complain less. That's the crazy.
It's baffling. It is baffling to me. It's like the bizarro world. You know what I mean? It's like a reverse. You know what I mean? Like, look, what y'all complaining about? It's like, but I see it. I know what it's like. I live in LA. Laker fans are the same way. They worse. So it's just, I'm like, yo, if you win, it's almost like you gotta keep winning. Like they're using, you know what I mean? Like the word spoiled. I'm like, man.
They don't understand how hard it is to actually stay competitive for years.
Well, I live next to New York, and Yankee fans do the same thing.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. You're right.
But I'm in Panthers country, so they got a reason to complain. I'm just saying.
Let me check something else I'm probably going to be pissed off about. Hold on 1 second.
What's the problem?
I ain't even going to do it because I know Antoine is itching to talk about it.
Oh, something happened? Your boys?
Oh, man. Oh, okay. They up right now, 102-92.
Well, they was losing earlier because my sister told me.
I believe it. You know, but I'm a realist, man. Philly, like I was telling somebody this the other day at work, I think. It's when I've graduated to be the type of fan, a sports fan that understands the team. Y'all see me do it with the Steelers all the time. Right. We won't win in no Super Bowl last year or the year before. So you be mad, but you're not really mad. That's where I'm at with the Sixers. The title would not have gone to Philly this year anyway. It just hurts to see them just, what really hurts, and then we'll get back to football, is I feel like I'm going to have a second go-round of watching a all-time generational player never win in Philly.
Who's that?
Embiid.
He's what? He's a what? You said he's all-time generational?
Well, I'll say now, this era, because he's not, you can't, that's another conversation. He's not, I'll say he's a generational talent for this current generation. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll with you on that.
He's not going to win. I don't think he's going to win no title. AI didn't win the title. It just.
That was my last generational player. I don't like Embiid at all. I think he don't play to his size.
Yeah, he don't do it
and
enough.
I don't like Maury. I have been boycotting this team for years.
Yeah. Well, he's frustrating because, but if you go through the history of Joel Embiid, he's really consistent. He's always hurt. He's hurt. He gets nicked up a lot. Exactly. He was hurt in college. He got hurt, so he's always hurt. So those players you can't really depend on. You almost have to hope you catch them whatever healthy and get the run and win. The example I would use is Kawhi Leonard, who won. So when he's hurt, he can say, well, but I did win chips. And I will, he can say that. He can leave and be kind of sleep at night. You know what I mean? Yep. But it's the same thing. It's Joel Embiid to me is a frustrating player because he's a guy who has the body to be dominant and will bang with you.
He just can't.
But he's added the three, and he'll settle for that three sometimes, and he'll take it in situations where I'm like, dude, you are 7 feet, 280 pounds. Go punk the dude that's down low in this weak era where these dudes are soft. Just go down there and just go punk them. He won't do it.
Hold up. It gives me those reminiscences of back in the day
Yep. Now you about to see a run.
Yeah, the same.
What's the name? Go up and do a finger roll instead of slamming the ball. Ewing. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
But Ewing would bang with you.
Yes, he
I
would.
know, but it was when the Knicks
that era been different.
It was when the Knicks did that.
Yeah. When on that play. But see, people, there's context to that. He said it. His knees were bad and everybody knew it, and he couldn't jump. And so when he did that finger roll, that was the best shot he was going to get because he couldn't get to the rim. He couldn't extend. He couldn't extend his arm. So that's why he does the finger roll to try to make it. You know what I mean? When your knees are shot, look, I know what it's like. When your knees are gone, that's it. Your knees or your back are gone, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? So, and Ewing's knees were bad. He always wore braces. He never wore braces in college.
He had the double.
So he had the double. He had the beige knee pads. I'm not talking about the new with the black where you can get the color.
Yeah.
He had the old ones with the little steel. You can see the steel on the side. You know what I mean? He had the beige ones, them old school ones, like the old cell phones that you hold in your hand. I'm talking about the old cell phones, the first cell phone drug dealers had. Where you just pressing the button, you walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's like this
Jones, Orange Juice Jones cell phone. Yeah, I saw you walking in the rain cell phone. That type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but
for Walker, man,
I'm upset, man.
I didn't even mean to cut y'all off, but
Walker.
this man ain't had no pass block. He had no sacks in his whole career.
Yeah.
He did not allow a sack.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I watched
His
that kid
whole
for 3 years.
career.
Yeah. Oregon State. I watched that kid for 3 years. Yeah.
That is insane.
Stud. That's what I wanted. Beginning of that's what I wanted. I said, I want that dude. That dude, he's a stud.
I mean, he moving furniture out there, man.
Man. Yeah, he'll help.
On the Saints.
We said
The Saints was 14.
Who's coaching the Saints?
I don't even know.
Assistant. It was the assistant coach. It was a guy who was the assistant to the Broncos coach now. It was his. I think it was his offensive coordinator. I think he got the job from when he left. When Sean Payton left. Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't know Michael Pittman got the bag like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they paid that boy.
Oh yeah.
I like him, man. We always like them.
Man. Love Michael. I love him. He's USC. That's my dude. So it's. I'm glad he got the bag, man, because he's a stand-up guy. He's a real family man. He's just a regular guy, man. I love that dude.
Oh, I ain't realized that either. They say he was 5th in the league with 109 receptions.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they
quietly did that.
He was sneaky good.
Yeah. They feed him the rock. He gets the rock. Yeah.
Hey man, so now we might have to talk about it a little bit now that we have picked 15. What if Mitchell was sitting there?
Wait a minute. Before y'all start, I heard a little bit of the conversation when y'all were talking earlier. I thought I heard a conversation about Prince.
Oh, Prince.
Oh, that was a music. It was a music thing, because we were talking.
And
about.
I thought I was gonna have to be Kim Wayans talking about Miss Jenkins. Nobody's talking about Prince.
Oh no. It was a different.
I was giving Prince all of his flowers.
Right.
No, I know y'all were. I thought somebody else was talking bad about him. I was like, wait a minute.
No. That's why. That's. I just said. I don't want to get off on tangent on music because that's a whole 3-hour show that me and Sim could go through.
We definitely need to do a one-off every now and then, one of those, like maybe on a random day, because I know some people probably been dying to hear us dive into music like that, but that might be something that we'll pull out.
Yeah, because I've had stuff that just happened recently in my family that happened that's some music related that was pretty big, but I just I don't talk about that stuff. But it was we're gonna have to do that one day, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's 2 different generations. You know what I'm saying? Sim got here's an example. Sim always says Jay-Z won the Nas. He thinks Jay-Z had the better song, and I always say Nas won. I said because the goal was it's a battle.
Impact.
The goal was
the impact.
The goal was. I understand if you make a better song, that's for the club. That's for people to enjoy. That wasn't the job. The job was to make the other person look bad. And that's what Nas did. And that's what I always say. Yeah. I agree with him. Better song, but that one, that was the end. You know what I'm saying? That was like, okay, it's over.
Every time somebody does something that's like a takedown, they play Ether underneath it.
Oh, Ether, yeah.
Yeah, he started. He really closed that case with that one, man.
Hey,
he did.
There's been some great ones. I mean, I think there's been some great ones in the history.
Yeah,
there's been some great ones in the history.
It's one you don't forget.
Yeah, like I'm older, so I remember KRS-One and KRS-One, MC Shan. I remember LL Cool J and. Man, I remember some ones that
LL and everybody. LL.
Yeah, at one point that boy was against the world. Now.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was. They were questioning him. Remember, people was hating on LL because they didn't like because he was like, he was like considered a pretty boy.
Mr. Lover.
He's Mr. Lover. He was
Ladies love Cool J.
He's doing battle rap before everybody else.
All right, the Colts pick is in.
What's up?
All right, who we taking?
What do the Colts need, really?
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Probably secondary.
Oh yes,
this might be the first defensive player off the board then.
Yeah, they secondary.
Oh my God, they took him.
They could use some
That's
help.
crazy.
Who did they take?
Wow. They took Latu from UCLA, edge.
Whoa, okay.
Now, I didn't think he was going this high. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought he would go like 20 below. Wow.
The draft never goes the way you think, man. It always going to be somebody that reach, somebody that can't wait.
Bruh.
Wow.
We might be faced with a decision at 20.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking so.
Take the might out. Take the might out. We are going to be faced with a decision.
What if Mitchell's sitting there?
Yeah.
Do you take him?
Oh.
I mean, a stud corner, because if the centers are
put on the opposites, man, that's something to consider.
You could probably grab one of them centers in a second.
Yes.
Even if you got to move to get them.
Yep.
Right. Or do you take a wide receiver?
And you will have your stud. And you have your stud for the next at least.
Or do you take a wide receiver? Because it's still some.
No, I wouldn't take. I don't think I would take a wide receiver yet, because the wide receiver classes.
It's stacked.
Yeah,
good.
But it's not.
You can get a good receiver in a second. I agree. I don't necessarily know if I give up on a corner though.
Yeah, but it depends. It depends on how they look at Corey Trice. I'm telling you.
That's true. But Corey Trice ain't.
We just talked about Joel Embiid. Kobe Trice might be cut from the same injury clause. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to depend on it.
I can't give up on him yet. He was a rookie.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
But you gotta go with what you trying to do now, though. You can't put your team on no maybes or what else, and
Right, but I have to look at him like I look at Calvin Austin. Calvin Austin basically had a redshirt year last year, and he played. You know what I mean? He got hurt. He didn't play all year. Corey Trice got hurt the same way. So Calvin Austin came back.
Corner and
it's the same thing. If Corey Trice comes back, and he's good, I'm not expecting him to play 15 years. I'm not. But I'm just saying, if he can get back, and you can tell me I can line up JPJ and Corey Trice as my two outside corners, and just be physical. Physical, I don't have to play off no more.
Yeah,
Sim complains about. The Sim will complain. Trust me. This year, when Terrell Austin backs the cornerback off, and Sim say, "Why you keep giving that up?" He's gonna text me and Tony. He's gonna do it. It's gonna happen. So, if I can get two lockdown guys. That's all
he got a chance.
But I mean, at the end of the day, though, he would be excellent depth, and
yeah.
If you draft, that's another thing. Because I mean, our secondary.
But both positions need depth. That's what I'm saying. They're equal. Yeah. They're equally the same. Wide receiver and cornerback. They're the same to me because they both need depth. You lost DJ. You know what I mean? You lost Pat Pete. So,
but in Arthur Smith's system,
but then if there's depth,
in Arthur Smith's system, and wide receiver ain't,
because you still pick the best player available.
Yeah,
you still pick your board is your board. You pick the best player available. You don't say because it's depth. You say because it's depth if you don't get the guy you want. That's when you start looking at your depth. When you can get the guy you want, then you take the best player available. If their board says take a wide receiver at 20. You take the wide receiver at 20.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
We got so many needs. It's all about what we see to be
available. Could it be any position then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you have a starter there that is established that you don't want to mess with that position. You won't do it like Atlanta because Atlanta just did that.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So they won't do that. They'll do the opposite. They'll say we'll get best player available to us.
Well, what do you think? What do you think they think is the biggest need? Because the way this board is falling, you're going to have multiple players that are day one starters, like sitting right there. So what do you? And we have a lot of needs. So,
I would. If you're asking me who I'm ranking right now at 20, if I'm there,
even if it's by position.
Right, I'm just going just player. Forget whatever.
Okay.
I'm just going player. So if I'm going, I'm taking Barton at 20.
You're taking who?
My offense. I'm taking Graham Barton from Duke.
Oh yeah,
I want him. I want him to be the center of my line that Arthur Smith is building to be a running powerhouse. That's what I want. I want an athletic guy that I know can come in and play. That's what I want. Not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying that's what I want. Then I would say I would have Quinyon Mitchell at 2. Then I would have Mims at 4, and I might have a Donnie Mitchell ahead of Mims, the wide receiver out of Texas, because he is a straight stud. He's a stud, and if I put him next to George Pickens, I'll take him with George Pickens, and I'm good. I'm good.
Now I have a question. What does Cincinnati need? Because Cincinnati has had a penchant for snatching up who the Steelers won in the last couple of years.
They need a line.
Tackle.
Yeah.
They need a line. They got to protect Burrow because Burrow is coming back from that. Yeah, they got to protect Burrow. And then, to me,
they might go Mims.
They might go Mims.
Yeah, but absolutely, we pass on him.
What's the other one who's still out there? Font now? He's still there?
Yeah, he's there too.
He's still there. Yeah.
Oh, my bad, Sade. Because if Fontenot was there from Washington, he would go ahead of. So I have Barton and Fontenot 1-2. Those two lines.
You still would take Barton first.
Take Fontenot before Barton.
Yeah, I'll have Barton, Fontenot 1-2. Barton.
So 1A and 1B or 1-2.
Yeah, 1A, 1B, 1A, 1B. Because to me it's the line, because the cornerbacks and stuff. I can find a cornerback. Yeah,
for sure.
Wide receiver, I can get a wide receiver.
We definitely.
But if you're asking me, you know, and I'm not a need guy, but I'm just going by if they needed something. They need a center. That's the hole that they got to address.
And that boy can move up and down the line too. He's versatile as well.
You said that you're not a need guy, but is your need equal to the talent?
Well, if the talent is equal to the need, then you take the talent because that's how it plays out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so if you're needing the talent, if the guy fits that talent, and you're like, oh, you take him. You don't even hesitate. You run up there. You run up there with the car.
Is that what you're saying? Is that equal?
Don't know what they're thinking, because you don't know if they're thinking, can we trade back in? See, to me, this is why this is the most weirdest draft for the Steelers, because we don't know how Omar Khan really moves. We're going to find out in this draft how he moves. He showed you a little bit last year, but you don't know how he's going to move this year, because there was a scenario where they could have traded up this year. That was the rumors. I didn't believe them, but I was like, if people were saying, I was like, they're not trading up. And to me, the draft probably changed on their board when Penix goes 8. That flips the board because people drop. You understand what I'm saying? So then Bo Nix comes in. People drop.
And it dropped more.
You understand what I'm saying? So Penix, while I believe is a top 12-ish player that you pick, Bo Nix isn't.
No.
But they had to take the quarterback because Denver has no quarterback.
And that's what I was looking at. Like, were these quarterbacks after the first maybe 3 or 4 this good that they were like pulling them like that?
Well, we knew they were going to be around on quarterbacks because people just grab them, you know.
Yeah.
So
because people get desperate when they see the run.
Right.
Some teams do that.
Because Bo Nix, man, if you were taking him late in the first, man, I didn't see him going this high. I didn't see Michael Penix going this high.
Well, I thought Penix might have went later than definitely later in the first round, second round.
Because of recency bias.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, but see, Penix, his skill set is so. He's almost like ready-made. He's older. That's another thing people have to realize. He's not coming in 22, 20. He's 25. He's been in.
But you know what people remember, right? You know the last memory they got, though, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, recency bias. I thought that he would, you know, fall a little bit.
Yeah. Like for me, I don't really have I don't have a want. I just look at who's the best available. Like I don't think like when people say you have to. I don't want anybody. I just want somebody that fits what we're trying to do. And I'm just looking at Arthur Smith. I'm just looking at what side of the ball that they needed to address in the offseason, whether it's free agency or through the draft, which how the Steelers want to build their team. And if you say some of the moves they made, I'm just saying they didn't address center. and I think they didn't get one in free agency.
See, that's
they
the
let
thing.
one go.
Yeah.
And
See, that's
so
the
to me,
thing. I don't
look
think
at
that they value wide receiver as much as we do in Arthur Smith's system.
right. It's a different system,
awesome.
but
I don't think that they value it as highly as we do. We're like, oh my God, we need a wide receiver.
right. Because this is not. But they know they need. See, they're looking at the division. They know they need another guy to pair with George Pickens. Why? Because all you have to do is look at your division, and you say the Ravens don't really have a number one receiver. I mean, they do, but but he's not really like he's good. So then you have Cincinnati. They have two, because you can argue T. Higgins. Both those dudes are studs. That's why T. Higgins wants a new contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have
that. But then in the division, both of those teams also have a dynamic offense in their own way, because the Ravens run, they got a good run offense with the guys that run the ball, and it's hard to stop them. And on the Cincinnati side, you got the Burners.
Seahawks took Byron Murphy out of Texas.
Okay.
He was a tackle.
Yes.
Yeah. They probably needed a little bit of that.
Yeah,
they started to thin out a little bit on defense.
Well, they got the Ravens defense coordinator, so I knew they were going defense. I knew they were going. They're going to try to build that up like the Ravens defense is. You know, get you some stud defense tackles, and he wouldn't necessarily fit for us.
Oh man.
Somebody gonna say, man.
Interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
18 gonna be a tell. 18 gonna be a tell, people. With Cincinnati, it's gonna be a nice tell.
Cincinnati. Oh, they're gonna take what we need.
That's what I'm saying.
They gonna take what we need.
Trade. We got to trade. Jacksonville traded their pick to Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota jumping back in there.
Oh,
Minnesota about to.
Who they come to get? Who they come to get?
They might get an old lineman, man. Because
who they took in the first?
They took
that first pick. I can't remember. Minnesota took who did? Was it?
Wait a minute, didn't they take a quarterback?
Bo Nix go there?
They took a quarterback, right?
No, Bo Nix went to Denver.
He went to Denver.
Who did Minnesota take?
Who went to Minnesota? Because I remember
a quarterback for sure. It was a quarterback.
Oh, JJ McCarthy.
JJ, okay,
JJ.
Yeah, because I remember you saying you get the best receiver in the league.
Debbie was hating on him. Debbie was hating on him for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, because Bo Nix went to the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos.
JJ. It took JJ. They might want to get him a weapon. Well, I mean, they got Justin Jefferson, but they might get old lineman, man. You know what I mean? Might have trying to help JJ.
Marvin Harrison gone, Tyrone Johnson.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison been gone.
He's gone at 4.
That boy ain't been making it out the top 10.
Yeah,
he was gone. He was gone at 4.
He was not making it. Yeah, he wasn't making it out the top 10. He went to Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
Yeah.
What's about to happen? I had a feeling. Well, we'll see.
This feel a lot like last year, man. Like,
no, because I had a feeling that the more I kept last week or two, I said, man, one of them corners might be sitting there.
Minnesota pick is in already.
And it just makes me wonder what the Steelers.
How do you think they value cornerback more than center at this point?
They might. I don't. Because
the Steelers it's about what they value. Yeah.
I think one consistent that we can say about Pittsburgh is they always gonna go with who they have.
Now the Jazz got a lot of value for that pick.
Yeah, Minnesota
got a lot of value for that.
Minnesota took Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner.
They got the edge from Alabama.
Okay. Oh, Bama. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was probably the only edge that was going early anyway.
Yeah, Dallas Turner actually dropped in his draft. He should have went. He's supposed to go top 10.
Okay, Minnesota. Get you an edge.
I see what they're doing. Oh, they lost. You know why? They lost their all-pro edge. Remember?
Oh,
they lost him. Remember, they lost him. Minnesota's all. What's his name? Is it DeAndre? You know, Hunter. They lost Hunter.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd he
They
go?
lost him. I don't know. Didn't he go to Jacksonville?
I don't remember.
I hope not. Jacksonville about to be stacked, boy.
Jacksonville, man. Yeah, that division, man.
Yeah, boy. That
battling Houston.
Yeah, that thing
Jags
looking
and the
scary.
Texans gonna
Yo,
be interesting.
That thing
No.
looking
Hey,
scary.
the coach gonna be good too, man.
Coach coming too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get old boy back that
Especially
was
if
hurt.
they
They got hurt.
Especially if they get that quarterback together. They
Yeah,
gonna be
that's what I'm
all
saying.
right.
They get him. He comes back. I mean, he's raw, but looks like he's Cam Newton.
Man, he
You know what I'm
got
saying?
he got the talent though.
What
He's raw,
Jackson?
but
What they gave up? What did Minnesota give up to get back?
That's a 17th pick.
No, but
That's
they
it.
had to give
Oh,
something.
They had to get something back.
They got the I think the one,
Hold on, let's see.
and then
Y'all
they
want to
got
know
two
what
for
Minnesota
next
gave up to
year.
move up?
They got
Yeah.
a 3rd and 4th for next year,
34.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
and
Yeah, that ain't too bad.
and 2 picks.
Next
for
year?
That's
next
good
year.
haul.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
and two
They
picks
got
this year.
they got good picks.
What rounds did they get this year?
Round two. Give me a minute.
I'll get you. I got you.
Because the reason why I'm paying attention to that too is I'm trying to figure out. Well, Steelers ain't moving now.
Oh no,
that
ain't no,
narrative
ain't no,
moves,
hey,
ain't no reason to move now.
Hey,
But I
no,
wonder
they
what-
might move down. They might move down.
I hope they don't. I'm not. I mean, sometimes I'm a fan of that. It depends. It depends on the
who?
needs and who else.
But who need to
It
come to 20? Who trying to get the 20?
Somebody that's targeting somebody that wants to move up and doesn't think they're gonna be there.
Oh,
The
that's
only,
right.
always
the
on
only
the agenda.
person who might want to do it is Dallas to come in front of Philly.
Oh, Terry and
Yep.
Arnold sitting there too. I forgot. Steelers met
What
with
does
him.
Dallas need?
Ooh.
Dallas needs O-line.
Okay. If I'm the Steelers, I'm not trading with. I'm
Nah,
not.
I ain't going
Letting them
nowhere
move up.
right now.
Yeah. O line too? Nah, bro. I'm
Yeah.
saying where I'm at.
I think the value might be too high at 20 now,
Yeah.
based on what they probably need and want.
Right.
You're gonna have
I
your
would
pick. at
move.
the
Yeah.
center.
You got your pick. Yeah.
Any of them centers that they like, if they like
Like,
any
it
of the
doesn't-
top three, you got them. You
It
can take
don't
one
matter.
of them.
It don't matter who go off the board now. Like, you right there.
I know you see.
Or I mean, they could think maybe a guy like Frazier slips. Maybe Frazier's the second round.
I wouldn't.
I mean,
would
it
you?
seems
Would you
like-
risk it? Would you risk
You
it?
think so?
Nah, but I mean,
I wouldn't do it.
but you got to look at it from the standpoint. That's why I wanted to know, what did it cost Minnesota to get back?
Well,
What
if
the
you're giving
Steelers-
up the 17 pick, if you're giving the 17, that you gotta get great value back, or you don't know what you get fired when you do that. You know what I mean?
what's it gonna cost them to get back in the first round?
The Steelers.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know, what did Minnesota give up? So what if the Steelers decide they're gonna take a shot at 20, and then they come back to the first round
Right.
to grab one? Because with
I see what
all
you're
three
saying.
of them centers being there, you could play ball if you Omar Khan. You could be like, you know what? Let's go get this dude, and then let's move back, come back in at like pick 28 or whatever, and grab the center.
Cincinnati's on the
Right.
clock, y'all.
Yeah, Cincinnati's on the clock.
Because there's high
Who's trying to
value
find it?
right now. Somebody
Kenya,
might want to
can you-
move to 20 to get one of them corners.
Hey, Kenyon, can you please tell me
Yeah.
who they pick? I don't want to look.
I'm trying to find out the draft pick compensation for
Well,
it.
Debs, you can tell me who they pick.
I'm trying to figure out.
Who?
It's probably
They,
going to be,
they picked already.
they're going to
You
pick
know, I'm talking about
one.
Jacksonville and Minnesota. Jacksonville and Minnesota trade compensation. That's something.
I'm looking. I can't find it.
Cincinnati is probably they're going to take Mims, I'm sure. They're going to take the tackle. And if that's the case, the Steelers
in.
will go center or wide or corner, I think.
Exactly.
They took Mims.
Yeah, that makes sense. They need a tackle.
Yeah.
But Mims is kind of a project, though, in a
He's a
way.
project.
Yeah, he is a
Yeah.
project in a way.
He's talented, but he's project. I mean, if you're comparing him to Broderick Jones, they both played on the same team at Georgia. Broderick was the better prospect than Mims.
How do y'all know these picks already? They showed it?
Yeah, there's I'm reading the chat. The chat helped me out here.
I mean, the chat. Don't rely on the chat.
Yeah, hold on.
Let's look online because chat be bugging sometimes. No disrespect.
I'm like,
they said since he took Mims, don't break
some
my
of
heart
y'all
like
be.
that.
Now
some of them be all over the place.
When
the Steelers come up, do not say anything.
Okay, they said Jacksonville got the 2024 fifth, 2025 third, 2025 fourth.
So they got next year's
picks. That's what Why Diggy said that.
They got next year's picks.
Yeah.
But I thought they had
Why Diggy pretty good, so I think he's right.
This year also.
Yeah, so they got 2024 fifth. Yeah, then they got a 2025 third and a 2025 fourth.
Okay. I mean, it would make perfect sense for Cincinnati to take Mims because they definitely need an offensive lineman and tackle specifically. Yep. But like I said, sometimes y'all be bugging in the chat. Some of y'all are saying it's on X already, aka Twitter. It could be. I'm not disputing it. I'm just saying I don't just rely on y'all. Because I remember last year y'all was saying so and so went somewhere. We was like, nah, that dude ain't even. They ain't even picked yet.
That's funny.
What up, Floyd? Big brother, cousin Floyd in the building. He says, yeah, that's what I was just saying. Mitchell and Arnold. Both of them. So Floyd, real quick, what would you do at 20? Would you grab one of them or would you go center? Because I think what kind of scares me, and again, I'm going to be excited either way, but the Steelers, I think one constant with them is I believe that even when Kevin Colbert was there, they always take who's highest on their board.
Yeah.
And that sometimes trumps the position.
Unnecessary. Yep. That's it.
So I'm not going to rule out corner because Arnold and Mitchell, they might be okay, I'll give you an example. You know how they kept saying when we got Justin Fields that Tomlin was kind of quoted as saying, listen, I don't care where we was at or what we were doing. If Fields was available at that point, they were going to draft him.
Yep.
What if they feel like that about one of these cornerbacks?
They could.
Don't forget about Cooper DeJean.
It wouldn't hurt my feelings.
It would
not hurt my feelings.
Don't forget about Cooper DeJean. All right, picks in. You don't want to know the truth? You don't want to know the pick?
Yes, who is it?
It's Mims.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
I mean, you can't forget about Cooper DeJean, man. I mean, everybody talking about those other two corners. Cooper DeJean. Jason Sehorn, too. Get Jason Sehorn, too, man. Get white chocolate over there. You get it rolling, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Cooper DeJean is versatile.
They ain't even messing with no defensive players at all yet. Not really.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Floyd. And I'm paying attention to. Let me put his comment up there.
The Rams up.
I'm paying attention to this right here. Don't sleep on Omar Khan. If the Steelers actually grab one of those dudes and then they find their way back into the first, because what was important, that's why I wanted to know, what did Minnesota have to give up?
Minnesota didn't give up much.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah.
Steelers might find their way back in the first and double dip in the first round.
And just give up picks for next year, because you can always get that. You can always flip that.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm not opposed to that. Look,
especially if you're in win now. Yeah, especially if you're in win now mode.
And like I said, it all starts at 8 to me. See how the draft's playing out? It's all started at 8. Because think about it. Mims would have probably been there at 20 if the quarterbacks don't go 8, 9, and you know what I mean? And those Bo Nix and all that stuff. Bo Nix and Penix flipped the draft. It changed the order. But I'm not surprised if Steelers take a cornerback, wide receiver. Like, to me, I told you, best player available. Best player available, man.
I don't want to overexcite myself, but I'm telling you, we always saying that We want to see the Steelers do things other teams do, and Omar Khan has been different. But just think about what Ozzie Smith did when they got Lamar.
Yep.
Boy came back and got him at 32. I would love it. It would excite me to see the Steelers do something crazy like that. They take the best player available at 20, and they trade back into the first and grab the center. They do that. Listen, I would say nothing bad about them.
I'll dance in the ring, man. Dance in the ring.
Come on, man. Let's do it. Let's do it, Omar. I trust in you.
Getting
But
excited,
you know they might stand pat,
man.
man.
You getting very excited, son. I see a smile on your face.
Because they might do it. They might do it. I'm not gonna count on it though.
If he's still there, you got to trade back in the first. Go get that guy.
Go get him.
Go
I think
get
they
him.
would almost have to get in front of Baltimore.
Yeah, they probably would. Yeah.
You got to get in front of Dallas, teams like that.
Yeah.
No,
Miami.
I think most likely Baltimore.
You think Baltimore is going center?
Because to get in front of Dallas, they would have to jump way back at the front.
They
Dallas
got to.
is only
they would have to.
Behind them.
But those are probably the more so teams that might be looking
The
for
Ravens
center.
the Ravens ain't about to play with us like that. They sure ain't about to play with us in order to let us go get a center. So
Yep.
No, they don't want. They like.
Yeah, Baltimore is
like
playing them game. They not gonna play ball.
No. I wouldn't either.
I sure would not.
No, but they would have to, if they were going to do it, it'd have to be like Tampa Bay, Arizona, Green Bay.
Let me see. I mean, you could chill and see what Miami and Dallas do. So if Miami or Dallas don't take a center,
does Dallas need a center?
Because you got three. You got three centers
the first that goes starts to run, like you said. So the first center that goes starts to run. That's when you see the run. So no cornerbacks have went. No, you know what I mean. No centers have went. So the run hasn't really officially started. You know what I mean. So we won't know. We won't know until. But the run pick is in.
But if the run does start, I wouldn't oppose trading back into the first round, especially.
I don't know what Omar's gonna do because I can't predict what he's gonna do.
Yeah, we don't really know him well enough yet.
I love it. I love Omar being different.
Matter of fact,
I'm not even gonna look at this chat when we pick because I don't need y'all saying nothing.
Well, the Rams pick is in now.
No, Rams is cool, but I'm cutting the chat off I'm going to a different screen.
Yeah,
I don't want to see nothing.
I think the Rams going after Jared Verse because
we picked,
edges are going.
And you're right. You're right.
Edges are going.
Too bad
and the Rams need it.
Too bad the StreamYard can't play music because once it's over, you could play the theme music from The Wire.
Yeah. Omar coming.
Omar coming.
Omar coming.
Omar coming.
Yo, there's some good talent at 20 right now.
Man.
Some excellent talent at 20.
Man. I did not expect the board to fall like this.
Nah. Yeah, you're right. Penix, man. Penix tripped everything up.
Yeah, he tripped everything up.
Flipped the whole board.
It's rare that you see corners like of that stature still be sitting at this far down. That's a rare opportunity.
Because there've been so many offensive players going. Everybody trying to get their edges straight. Everybody trying to get their lines straight.
Because even the guy that just went, he looked like he was upset he was still there.
Jared Verse, Florida State.
Mm-hmm. My
we
man.
about to be up.
We coming. We about to come up. So yeah, I'm not looking at the chat. Kenyon's gonna have the news first, and then I'll read it off when I see it. Because
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
About 15 seconds behind Kenyon.
Yeah, I'm off the chat too. I ain't watching that. They telling me to plot in the movie, and I don't want to know that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to watch it.
Just want to watch it. I just want to have a natural reaction. That's the only reason. I don't want to be like, oh. I just want to have a natural reaction seeing it. I'll actually turn it up so y'all can hear the name read too when it happens.
Debs, X-Men 97. Debs.
They got an edge. Well,
yeah.
Are these edges and defensive ends? They're not the same positions.
Edge and defensive end is the same position.
Yeah, pretty much.
Technically.
Because it's like that's what they have now to replace Aaron Donald.
No, Aaron Donald is an
interior
lineman.
Inside lineman.
Interior lineman.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like,
he's inside.
That's what, they got to replace him.
Here's the point. I thought Verse was going to go ahead of Latu. See, I thought Verse was going to be the first edge off the board. I thought Dallas Turner was going to go first. Then it was going to be Verse, and then you see Latu come after that. Those are the three top guys at edge. But Latu jumping ahead this far, that's another thing that trips up the board by Indianapolis selecting an edge. It just trips up the board a little bit. So, because Verse was the guy that they thought was going to go, he was projected to begin the season top 10. He was,
and that's what I mean,
because
Dallas just went a couple of picks before this guy.
Yeah. Dallas Turner was, yeah.
You know what? They are so slick. The NFL. Every year, the Steelers pick always go to commercial.
I never paid attention to that.
They know we sitting around waiting.
Cousin Floyd said, forget all that stuff I was talking about, old tackle and center. Get one of them corners.
Yeah.
Dang, yo, the best corner.
Pick is in.
Hey, go ahead and get one of those corners. Go ahead and get one.
The best projected corner is sitting on the board.
The what?
The best corner is in. He's sitting right there. That's the only thing. So anybody listening and everybody that prefers offense, this is what you have to think about.
I want a trench man.
The guy has to. You got to think. The Steelers are going to put a board together and they're going to have players ranked.
Yep.
So that's why I'm saying for any GM outside of what Atlanta did before they got to the draft. Yeah. For most GMs, it's like they got a plan, but then that board. When you like, oh, I can't pass on this guy. I just can't do it. So if they did go cornerback, I understand.
I mean, if you put a board up, Sim, and we put a board up together, and we had all four put a board together, we would have all the guys at each position have them ranked. And then once the board, however the draft goes, you start marking dudes off. And then whoever's on you just raise them guys, you raise the next person up. You know what I mean? So it's all about who you get, where you're picking, and how you get them. And sometimes that's why you jump up, because sometimes you say, this position might be thin. We might not be able to get this in the second or the third to fit what we need, so we have to move up. I.e., like a Devin Bush in that draft where it was really only two inside linebackers that were projected to be first-round picks or top 15 picks. And so that's why the Steelers would do it. Now, in hindsight, it was a bad pick, but I'm just saying that's how you do it. And
we about to see what they value the most.
Yeah.
Yep. You can only go by what they've shown you. And if they're going by Arthur Smith and he has say-so, Arthur Smith probably in there pounding the board, give me an O-lineman or give me a center or give me a wide receiver I can add some more talent.
Yeah.
The defensive side will say, give me a cornerback, please. We need another guy. Fill up our
like
room.
You said, though, it depends on how they feel about Corey.
That's what I'm saying.
That might determine.
Corey's the wild card. He's the wild card to me because you don't know where he's at.
You don't know how they feel about it. Right.
It's
how do they feel about The way the board has
Rush.
fell.
Yeah.
But what about Rush? They got
And-
2 cornerbacks.
They like
They
Dan
got
Moore
Rush.
more than they like Dan Moore more than 90% of Steeler Nation. So we don't know
Exactly.
how they feel about.
They definitely ain't listen to Steeler Nation with Dan Moore. They're like, yo, we like it. You know what I'm saying? So
We don't care what y'all think.
We don't care what y'all not coaching. So, you know, that's how they look at it. So,
We don't care if you think this girl ugly. We like her. So
you know what I'm saying? you know when you go out on a date with the girl and all your friends are like, man, she not that dope. You don't even be caring. You don't care what they think
I like
at that
her.
moment.
I like her.
But you still got that glazed
like
look.
Yeah.
You're like, bruh, she not it, though. Trust me, she not
That
it.
ain't it. That ain't it.
That ain't the
Can't
one.
tell me
Like,
nothing.
man,
I
you
like
know
her though.
Can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Get to know her. Get to know her.
No, I always look at it like this.
She's still rich to you.
Hey, man. You can't. I always say if your other person can't hang around your friends, but first of all, it doesn't matter what they think because you're not hanging out. We're not in bed together. So just saying. But it's just but come on, man. Sometimes it's obvious.
Yeah,
But
sometimes
some
you can
dudes-
look and be like, eyeball that thing. Eyeball test, man.
But some dudes don't care. They don't care. They have a one-track mind. No disrespect. They just do. You know what I'm saying? It's just. All right, here we go.
Oh, Fatano's still out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the other
yeah.
part. That's why I kept
Oh,
saying.
the tackle.
He gone.
That's
They
what I
gonna get
said.
him.
Remember,
They gonna go
I
get
said
him.
my board was Barton, Patano. That was
They
my
gonna go
board.
get him. They gonna go get him, Kenya. I bet you.
You're going to find out. You're going to find out. I'm not saying that.
Guyton's still there.
Yep, Sim, it's all on you, brother. Come on, man.
I'm gonna be happy either way. Yeah. No, I'm
Let's
gonna
get off.
play it in the mic so y'all can hear it when it go off. Because Kenyon gonna see it before.
Yep.
Y'all can hear this, right?
Player. Yeah, we call that a value pick.
All right.
For sure.
Oh, Cam Hayward coming. Does that mean it's a defensive player?
No.
It says
Of course,
he
they
was
would have
going
known
to.
that.
And
They
it
would
said
have
it
known
was
that
going to.
before.
No.
I think you kind of wanted to be that way.
I'm telling you, dog. I can't remember the last time the Steelers had 2 legit cornerbacks. We don't need to hear all that, Roger.
Yeah, we really don't.
That's interesting that he's doing this pick, though. No other player was doing
He was
the pick.
NFL Man of the Year. He was NFL Man of the Year this year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Walter Payton Award.
That's why he's doing it.
Recognize his lasting legacy. Tonight, we are proud to welcome the 2023 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year winner, Cam.
Come on, Raj. Hurry up. Get out the way.
I'm telling you.
And he done announced this award
right, here we go.
every year. You
First of
think
all, I
he
want to
would
say
know
thank you,
that hard?
Commissioner. And most importantly, I want to say thank you to the Peyton family, the NFL, and nationwide. The NFL draft is special. To my fellow NFL players and the prospects joining the league this week, I want to challenge you.
Kenya,
Use your
no.
platform to brighten
He's
someone's
not gonna
day.
say. Just hold on.
The opportunity before you is a gift. And by coming here
He was
and being in
ahead of
this
me.
league, seize that moment.
Cam, I love
Be
you,
better
but
in our
shut up.
communities, be better for our league and our world. Thank you so much. Here we go.
Kenyon's happy.
And with the 20th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Troy Fautanu, tackle.
There it is. There it is. I will take it, baby.
Bye, Dan.
Troy
Man.
Fautanu.
I don't want to listen to some Black Rob so bad right now, but I can't.
Oh,
Bye,
man.
Dan.
Oh, man.
Y'all are so wild.
Bye,
Hey.
Dan.
You are so wild.
Must I
Yeah.
pound the concrete like
Now that you
Bye,
are
Dan.
the
Oh,
judge?
man.
Nice.
Yo,
Roger, going back home, baby. We going back home. We got this now. I'm mad.
Yes.
I'm mad at that.
Yes.
I'm mad at that.
Yes.
Them boys say they're gonna get them the trenches down here.
Yo,
Now, here's the question though.
Wait a minute, but are you sure they're gonna get rid of him?
He's a left tackle.
No, Fautano was a guard.
Right? Yeah,
He played left or right?
Right. I think
Fautano is a guard right tackle at
Or
Washington.
right tackle.
He's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
He played guard, and he's a guard at Washington, but he projects as a tackle. But he played the right side. He didn't play left in Washington.
Thank
He played right.
God.
So
Yes.
they're gonna
Cool.
move Broderick over to the left tackle side?
Yes,
That-
please, Lord.
Oh,
That should
brother
be the
playing
plan.
left.
That
Yep.
should be the plan.
God has answered my prayers.
All right, let me see
Man,
what the chat talking about. Look at this.
So
Look at
it's
this.
based on sound
Look at
of
this.
music.
Look at this. How are you already saying bust?
Who's the bust? Wait.
I mean, listen, I respect everybody's opinion, but how you call this is why, listen, I love all of us fans, but that's why I don't listen to everything. How we calling anybody a bust tonight? Like,
Right.
Wait a
period.
minute, what do you see that?
He ain't
at?
even
I
put
don't
his
see
hat
that.
on yet.
Come
He
on,
didn't put his
come
hat
on,
on
Mike
yet. He
Thomas.
already a bust. Jeez.
Y'all crazy. I ain't mad at it, man. Listen, the Steelers had to do one or the other, but one of the other three. Offensive tackle, center,
Yep.
and perhaps a corner. And I was getting really hype about the corner because of the corners who are sitting there.
Right.
That
right.
to me is what's interesting. But hey, they might still do what I said. They
But
might
as
mess around and still come back in the first.
But when y'all asked me that question, and when you asked me where I had him, that's why I said Barton, Patano. I had to think about it when I forgot he was still there. Patano, you
I
get him.
forgot he was
you get
there.
him. Rob forgot he was there. When he drops. He's technically dropped because you have to think about he dropped because he should have went earlier. So you get somebody like that that's a mauler, man. Let me tell you something, man. That's how you build trenches. That's how you become bullies. I don't want to be bullies. No disrespect, but I want to be. We got Najee for one more year. I want to be bullies. You know,
That's
because
what
we
I
lose
said.
Najee.
Run them over.
You know what I'm saying? I want to bully people.
Climb over jokers.
So it's to me it's a great pick. Cornerback, they'll address that. But I keep telling people it's the injury. It's all about Trice and Rush, and they got Rush. And people are sleeping on those cornerbacks. And I think those two dudes, because they're both big corners, they need a slot. But you can move the kid from Carolina that you got.
Let me
You
ask
can
y'all
move
a
him to the
question.
slot.
We do need a center. So
We do.
we need a center. So
Right?
if there's Stowe, corners on the board. When we go,
Now
when we
the
go
master
I'll
of
take the
music
center.
said we need
I'll take
a
the
center.
center.
But
I'll take the center.
But the thing is,
I'm-
the centers are falling back too.
Right. But here's
Right.
the thing. I'm not taking JPJ. There's injury concerns with JPJ. So everybody knows about it now. He has injury concerns. I'm not taking him. So he will be third on my list now. It will be Barton, Frazier,
No,
then
but
JPJ.
but I'm just saying what you were saying because the ball flipped so much.
Frazier
Right.
might be
centers
there.
are falling too.
Frazier might be there at 51.
Yeah.
Or
Might
if the
be
Steelers
there.
have to trade up. If the Steelers have to trade up in a second, if they
That's
think
fine.
Frazier's going to be there, I'm cool with that. I'm
cool with
fine.
that.
As long as you do
But
it.
that's what I was asking. What if those top corners fall into the second?
You can get a corner in the third. There's a kid out of Rutgers, Max Melton. Great slot. You can get him. There are corners in the third. You can get corners. You can always find a corner. And the cornerback
They
is
need a
deep,
nickel.
and there's a lot of sleepers.
You need
They
a nickel more
They
than
don't really
anything.
necessarily need an
Sure.
outside guy. They need a nickel.
Yeah.
So,
And how much do they believe in Dante Jackson?
Yeah.
well, Tomlin loves him because they said they've been looking at him for since he came out. He's from LSU.
See, we don't know how they feel about these players.
If you trade DJ for a cornerback, a cornerback that starts for the Carolina Panthers, and you're trading DJ and you bringing him in, you're probably expecting him to play for you, to be a starter. I'm not saying how long he plays. I'm just telling you what they may be thinking because you don't trade DJ for that.
Right.
You don't trade DJ for somebody that's going to be a situational player. You feel what I'm saying? DJ, that cornerback could have been in a bad situation, or if Carolina was bad, the Steelers be good. We don't know. This is all it's all speculation at this point.
So you got Corey Trice, you got him.
Rush.
Corner
Rush,
might not
Corey
be
Trice.
corner might not be that high on that
right.
board.
Right. It's not like receiver. It's not basically like receiver, where it's like
Because
receiver.
you
saying
need a
got DP.
receiver, and you sure know you need
one.
a center.
You right. So
Oh,
you
y'all
know
got,
you need
look
those.
at this. Y'all got a lot of hopes. Look at that comment.
Why are we moving James Daniel to center though? If he is good where he
This
at?
is the one thing that I always want to stress as a fan, and it's cool when we had this discussion because you guys were able to see how all of us, who we wanted, how we felt. Some of us felt indifferent, but the truth is, as fans, and I'm talking to you guys in the chat, you're never gonna get everything that you wanted. It's impossible. They're having those cornerbacks. I would have loved to have one of them. But then a lot of you in the chat don't like Dan Moore. So then y'all looking at the Steelers and you're saying, well, what we going to do at tackle? We picked the center. Then y'all would have said, man, I still don't like Dan Moore. And we still need another corner. You can't. You can only pick one. And of course, the Steelers, they know, the team knows, just like we know them. Sade was saying it. We got many of holes. So it's.
Well, y'all know how I feel about Dan Moore.
Exactly. So you can't say it was a bad pick. I think it was a great pick based on where that kid is projected. Great pick. And if
he actually failed. He actually failed.
He failed.
He failed.
I don't think Dan Moore is. Here's my thing, man. I don't think Dan Moore is bad. I just think he has games where he's good, and then he's inconsistent. The word we like to use a lot of times back in the day. He's inconsistent. That's what he is. So if you're going to give me that, and I can get somebody that Chomp Robinson went to the Dolphins, but you knew they had to draft an edge. They had to draft an edge because they lost both. They lost three of their edges during the season. So
I was about to say that made sense.
All three of them. It made sense.
They lost Chubb, Van Ginkel, and my man. What's my man there? Phillips
from UCLA. UCLA, Miami. Yep. So they had to get Chomp. Yep. But
we'll give y'all about I'll stay on about another 5 minutes.
Yep.
And then y'all know the routine, man. I'm gonna be doing probably pre-recorded videos for all the picks. I don't know. I might do a stream tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure, but if I do, make sure y'all have y'all notifications on. But yeah, what was you about to say, Kenya?
I lost my train of thought.
My bad.
Sorry, man.
So real quick before we go, then I guess we can end it with this, and I'll throw it to each one of y'all. What if they come back in the first round? How would that make y'all feel? Regardless of who the pick is, say they come back and get a center or a wide receiver or the corner, maybe not receiver, but let's say they come back and get one of the centers or grab one of them corners. How would you feel about that?
Come back, trade back in the first?
Get back in the first round.
I'm not opposed to it. I'm honestly not opposed to it. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you can have cornerstones and potential people that can, actually solidify that spot for a while, and you gotta give up a little draft capital to go get that dog. You go get him.
Yeah,
that's personally how I see it. I mean, because
it's gonna be all value for me. That's all that matters. It's a value. What's the value is? I mean, I know, Sam, you want to hit that double, get that double guy here, address both needs, and I'm with that. But right now, I don't see any centers going. So until I see some, you know what I mean? I don't know what their value is. So that's
no need to come up for a second.
I don't know what.
Yeah, but what if you just have to give up one of your thirds? That'll work.
But you can, like Kenya said, you can kind of play the board right now, though. Because let's say you feel like you're cool with maybe two of them, maybe not three. Maybe you don't have one of them as a first round. But once you see that one guy go, let's say you decided we can do Barton or Frazier or JPJ and Frazier or whatever. Once the first dude go, then you're picking the phone up. Hey. But wait a
minute now.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything right now because they still falling.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is be able to jump back into the second, get another pick in the second round, which is going to be less compensation you got to give up. That would be ideal.
And then we all know that Omar Khan is patience.
Yeah,
yes.
So he gonna watch and lurk and see. He's not gonna be reactionary with what he gonna do. So
Oh. What's up, Destiny? Let's see what Destiny says. She says, feels like Artie Burns, but make it left tackle reach. Had a bad title game against Michigan. And I literally said, I hope the Steelers don't draft him. Shaking my head. Okay. Now, I will admit, I haven't watched a lot of his game. So y'all know after the draft, that's why I get busy.
I've seen him for 3 years.
Valid point, valid opinion, but Kenyon said you watched him a much longer time.
I've seen him for 3 years. So like one game does not dictate if somebody is good or bad. That means nothing to me because you can see somebody and ball out, they get in the NFL and they're not good. And then you know what I mean? One game does not dictate how you look at a player. You look at a player by what their attributes are and what they can provide for you. Against Michigan, Michigan's defense was good. They won the national championship. They had a great defense. So that doesn't, you know what I mean? Like if you watch him in the games, I watched him against USC. He was destroying our edges. Destroying. They scored 55 points on us at the Coliseum. I was at the game.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
I told I was going to the game. I saw it. So I saw it with my eyes. I was like, oh, that dude's he's a stud. You know what I mean? Like Penix, him, and Odunze were the guys. I was like, oh, they look different to me. Like different guys, like bigger guys, like NFL guys. That's what they look like when I saw him. I was like, okay, but he's a stud. So I'll never judge somebody off of, dude's a stud. He's a stud. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not even going, go deep into it.
And it's possible, it's possible he doesn't quite pan out. The only thing, I'd be careful with calling people Artie Burns.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, we all know how that panned out.
That's messed up.
But yeah, I feel you, Destiny. Again, everybody will have a different opinion and perspective. Me, I don't have much of it on him yet. I knew who he was, but I haven't intently watched him. So for me to give my real opinion, I got to go do my homework. But I do know that, he was one of them projected guys. So nobody thought he would be on the board. And, the Steelers must have. Oh, wait a minute. Here's a question for y'all. Did the Steelers break the trend? Was Tomlin or Khan at that pro day?
That's a good question.
No.
They weren't at his pro day?
But the old line coach was working him out at the Washington pro day. So the Steelers old line coach went to that pro day and was working him out. He was running them through the drills.
Oh.
The Blues, they ain't got to go there. Yeah, they don't have to be at the pro day.
Blues Clues, as Steelers Depot would say, has come to an end.
Has come to an end.
Wow. Okay. Oh my God, new era.
I don't think Tomlin or Khan been to the left coast in a minute.
Yeah, because they definitely they didn't go see Powell.
They didn't go see Juju. They didn't go see. That's why I don't take much from that. You know what I mean? Because they're going to go like more local, like closer to Pittsburgh. You know what I mean?
It could have been coincidence. It could have really been a coincidence all them years.
Schedule. Yeah.
It would be crazy if it was a coincidence all those years, though.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Because if you think back, it's been a long time, but you couldn't really argue with too many of those picks.
Right.
I agree. Yeah.
I know Artie Burns was a reach, but they was kind of.
A lot of times you kind of had an idea.
Yeah.
Like Najee Harris, I knew that all the way. I knew who the pick was going to be that year.
The Eagles selected Quinyon Mitchell. They got the corner.
They need that.
They need that though.
Yeah, the Eagles don't have any corners, right?
No, they don't. They lost. They kind of lost some people. Yeah.
Right.
They need a receiver too.
I ain't worrying about NFC too much until we see him in the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I like to talk about. Quinyon's a stud though.
Michigan had the best defense in all of college football, so they're gonna make everyone look subpar. Don't worry. Destiny, not Debbie, but I know what you meant, Floyd. He said, "Don't worry about. Don't worry, Destiny. He's legit.
He's legit. I've seen him for 3 years. I know he's a stud. I wouldn't talk about him. I'd just be like, I saw him play. I think both the tackles from Oregon, Washington, the kid that went earlier, he was a stud. This kid's a stud, and those in the Pac-12, they were like the best two linemen I saw like this year. But for a 3-year span, I would say those are the two guys I fell in love with. I wish you start wishing you can get somebody like that. Man, I wish I had a guy like that, and that's why I used to always say that. So, but he played guard at Washington, but he's projected, and his workouts were great. He did great at the combine, and he did great at and they obviously love something about him to take him there, and they value him at a high level. To really be honest with you, take him over Barton, because everybody was thinking it was Barton.
Barton was climbing up the board.
Barton was climbing up the board. He tested out the roof. You know what I mean? So, it's easy for me. That's why I try to watch stuff. Now I tell Sim that all the time. I say, he asks me why I watch games. That's why I do that, because I can have more. I can have an analysis of somebody and watch them play. Like Debbie asked me about somebody recently. I was like, I didn't see him play, so I couldn't give her an opinion. I didn't know, but I try to watch when I can. I try as much as I can. I don't watch just USC. I watch everywhere. I don't watch Pac-12. Well, I can't anymore. There is no Pac-12, so I'll be watching the Big Ten like y'all. I'm coming over to the East Coast.
Man.
So
they tearing it up.
Yeah. This time we didn't have the long face that we had in 2022.
Oh my God.
Oh man. The Kenny Pickett, that shocked us all. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
I did not want it.
I mean, hindsight is 2020, but I still could not believe that with the upside that Willis had. And again, guys and gals in the chat, let's not talk about what Willis hasn't done so far. Let's just talk about that
just
night.
Strictly talent, right?
I could not believe that the Steelers couldn't believe they picked
screenshot our expression.
Yeah, man.
I know, huh?
Could not believe they took Kenny Pickett over Willis.
That was crazy.
I couldn't believe that. Like, really? I mean, and it wasn't like I hated Kenny Pickett. I just felt like the upside. But again, like you just said about Fontenot, you never know what the Steelers saw in Pickett and valued in Pickett. They had seen this dude in the same building all them years.
Yeah.
So it is easy for us to say, no, they should have went this direction. And I still feel like maybe what could have been with Willis, but then again, using the same hindsight, would it have mattered with Matt Canada?
And that's the thing.
I mean, it's a lot of who knows. Would Kenny have been better? Imagine this. Would Kenny Pickett have been able to play better in Arthur Smith's system?
We don't know because we haven't seen Arthur Smith's system applied yet.
Yep.
See, they're all what ifs, because if you're saying Matt Canada,
like Marvel,
if Matt Canada gets Malik Willis, who kind of would have fit his system more, would he have flourished?
Would he have opened them up? Yeah.
Right. Would he have flourished? If you put Kenny Smith in Arthur Smith's situation where it's play action and he gets to play action the ball and do that stuff, does he work? All that stuff is,
Look at that boy Mitchell, man.
It just depends.
Lord have mercy. The thought of having him and JPJ together. I mean, he even in the little highlight reel they were showing, he right in the receiver hip. Like, he right there.
Hey, all you gotta do is watch that Senior Bowl tape. At the Senior Bowl, man,
I did see that where he picked off somebody.
Man, him and Roman Wilson from Michigan, Mike Tomlin was putting them together on purpose. Mike Tomlin was there. He was like, "Yo, you two right there. I want to see you go." And they went multiple times. And I was like, "Yo, Quinian's the truth, but Roman's the truth too, because Roman got him. Roman is like fast. You know what I mean? He got that quick, fast stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, Tomlin like
and
this
that's
kid."
Another thing. Some of them guys they falling. So it's receivers that's gonna be out there. We don't have 2 seconds, right? We got 2/3. 2/3. And I think 2/4.
1/4.
1/4. I thought we had a double pick.
No,
somewhere else.
We got 2/3 from the Kenny Pickett pick.
Right, that's the 2/3. That's the double. 2/3.
And then we gave away like what, a 5th round pick, I think.
Yeah. I
Uh,
don't know why I
Brian
thought we
Thomas.
had. I thought
What's
we
the-
doubled up somewhere else too. I thought it was 2/3 and 2 something else. Maybe
Nah.
not.
No,
I
because I
think
think
we got 2-6.
what's
We got
the-
2-6.
we got
What's
2-6.
the
Yeah,
second
2-6,
round
2-6 and
Oh,
2/3.
6. Okay.
What's
Yeah,
the
Brian-
second round pick?
Second round pick
51.
51.
51.
Yeah.
Brian Thomas just went to the Jaguars. Jaguars got weapons. Now,
Oh, the Jaguars. The Jaguars are scary.
Look, he can't complain about he don't have no weapons. He
Right.
got weapons.
Yeah, he
Like-
got him now. Yeah.
He got weapons.
No excuses now.
That's a good pick for them.
It is.
Yeah.
I agree. Jacksonville's gonna be good next year.
All right, man. Where we at? 10:53. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and
Did y'all
put
expect
a,
4
put
edges?
a bow on this one.
Yeah, before you go, did you expect 4 edges to go?
Nah, not
4
this year.
edges went.
I expected 2.
Yeah,
not
I
this year.
can see 2, but 4 of them went in the first round.
So that's a valuable position, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Latu to go as high as he went, but I've seen Latu play his whole career. I just didn't think he would go. I mean, he was dominant last year, so I don't know. He had a injury which threatened his career. So when he came back and he was balling out, I was like, and then he played in a pro style defense. The defense coordinator that UCLA had last year was the Ravens. Used to be the Ravens DC. He's a young kid. He's a young guy. He's trying to think of the old Chargers coach. Is his son, his younger son. So like he Dan Lynn. He was at UCLA last year, but USC just snatched him, paid him like a gang of money and snatched him. So that's like our new defense coordinator. But their style, they play like the Ravens. The UCLA played like the Ravens last year. Their defense, and Latu was just killing. And I was like, okay, that's coordinator. You got a coordinator that can expose him, and that might help his draft stock. Because you know what I mean? He's learning pro stuff from a guy who's in the NFL. You know what I mean? You just apply that to the league, he's gonna walk in the league okay. So I was surprised at him. Not surprised at the other two, but him, yeah. And I know he would go that high, but yep. But the Colts need the edge. They need it.
Somebody said Barton here. Who are you referring to? Like another team? Not the Steelers, right? Well, they ain't make no trade or nothing, did they? Yeah, Big C says Barton here. So I don't know what he means by that. I don't know if he's saying the next team is going to
Come on,
Barton.
Dallas.
Oh, okay. That might be what he's talking about then. Because I didn't know. I wasn't looking at who was picking next.
The interesting thing is, what does Green Bay do at 25?
Yeah.
What does Green Bay need?
Tackle?
Yeah, I don't know. Green Bay got a nice little young nucleus in the skill position.
Wide receiver?
Love what Love was doing last year.
He took a step.
Their defense, didn't they lose Savage?
They lost, but there's no safety you would take here.
Yeah, but so you ain't going safety early. I feel like they lost somebody else on defense too.
I know they lost Bakayeri. Remember him? They lost him.
Oh, yeah. He was their tackle, right?
Yeah. I'm saying, do you go tackle?
Or guard. I can't remember if he was a tackle.
Play tackle. Bakayeri played tackle. I don't know.
Somebody says corner. Maybe. I mean, they got Alexander, and I forget who the other guy is. It's another. I think they got two young.
They do, yeah.
So I don't know. But all right, good people, let's wrap this one up. And first of all, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. I'm glad I was able to start at 8:00 once and for all. But again, going back on Tuesday, we're going to be at 9 p.m. again, probably through June 15th-ish. Then I'll get back to 8:00. I definitely thank Sade and Debbie and Kenyon for coming through, kicking it with me as well.
Absolutely.
And hey, man, we did good. I don't think nobody, at least in my opinion, can walk away saying that the Steelers did anything bad or it was a bad pick. I mean, I think all of us agreed, whether it was center or tackle, they definitely needed offensive line help.
Mhm.
And had they gone, in another direction, I don't think we would have been upset had it been cornerback, maybe receiver, depending on who it is. But so I think this is one first round we can walk away from and say, hey, I ain't mad at that at all. And we'll see what they do in the rest of the time. So, again, keep your eyes open or ears open for them notifications. I will be making videos here and there. Haven't decided whether I'll stream tomorrow or not, because if I did, that's going to be a rather long stream. So what I might do is maybe stream my thoughts on the 51st pick and then whatever pick we have after that, second and third. So that's 3 picks. So yeah, maybe I'll come back at some maybe I'll come back tomorrow night with a stream to talk about those picks. But if not, at the very least, I'll post something giving you my opinion. So, but all right, man, let me get out of here. Let me stop talking. The wifey just texted me too and was like, "All right, let's chill. Let's hang out a little bit before bedtime.
Let's chill. Let's settle down.
Yeah, let's settle down.
That's what I want to do.
That's right.
Yes, sir. But all right, man, y'all be good. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you think what we do here is interesting. Cut on your notifications. Stay safe. God bless. Good night. And I shall talk to you guys on the next time. Peace.